opportunity to just go for like, you know, double gateway in the middle of the map or something crazy like that.
I honestly just don't think you can ever call anything with Mini. Like, he's personally responsible for the Earth to be sitting on its axis on a tilt to begin with. Like, this guy is just not stable, but sometimes in the best way possible. You never know when he's going to all of a sudden start playing some of the best games of StarCraft we've ever seen as well. So that could be happening in the remainder of this series. He had a little bit of shakiness in those early games, but could now be playing some exceptionally high-level Protoss versus Terran.
We got some love for it. Chastosis here in the crowd.
You like to see it.
Mini going to be scanning bottom right now. And opening again with the gateway at the front. Looking for some more pressure. Maybe I'm thinking that Barracks wasn't quite up to snuff in dealing with that. I thought that Barracks did a very good job microing his early Marines against all the pressure that came from Mini, but maybe Mini thinks he can get something done this time.
Yeah, maybe. I think he just doesn't want to allow Terran to get away with any greed. I don't think he wants Barracks to even be thinking about 14cc at any point in time. He's aware that these last few maps, a little bit more on the macro side besides Dominator, but even Dominator, despite having that low ground main, is technically a more Terran-sided map overall. So, yeah, I mean, as long as Barracks plays his best, I feel like he can still take this whole series down, just because these last few maps do give a lot of hope for Barracks.
Yeah, we might be seeing first kind of drawn-out game here in this PvT. So far, it's been just wildness and crazy back and forth in every single match. Both players just going at each other's throats immediately in the early game, and Barracks constantly being put in this weird position where he kind of has to go for the attack, right? He hasn't really had the option of grabbing, you know, a third base early on and, you know, playing a really strong macro game. It's been Mini kind of dictating what he has to do here, and now again kind of dictating the pace, coming in and dealing some damage to this first Marine, but not able to get a kill like he was previously. Barracks is getting even better at holding these attacks.
And the reality is, this is a cross-map position where there was no Nexus first, and looks like Barracks is handling this pretty well. I mean, you always get a couple of connections on those Marines there. He did force 2 SCVs off the line, so still a bit of a win for Mini. Definitely not too unhappy about that. But I mean, let's be honest, this map, not too difficult to get a fast third gas online. So we could be seeing a really powerful macro game here from Barracks. And with the natural third being positioned as it is, it's not so easy to go for Arbiters or Recall as well, because you kind of have a natural perimeter set around your main base as Terran. And following that, with the cross map, there's also not much room to go for carriers here from Mini. So I would say this is one of the better situations for Barracks.
Yeah, I don't see Mini going like 2-base carrier again here. That would be pretty difficult. No. More likely we're going to end up seeing that very distinct style that's become so popular recently. Very early robos, probably a 2 robo play with a whole bunch of Zealots, High Templar, very quickly with Storm, and the opening with Reaver. I feel like that's probably the most likely thing we're going to get here, but I feel like that plays into Barracks' hand. He is just super solid when it comes to long macro games, and I don't think he's going to lose to Mini if he manages to get into a really good position here early.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I like this opening from Barracks as well. He didn't take too much damage from the Zealot pressure of Mini. His third gas is pretty easy to take. He's going to apply a little bit of pressure now with a fake double here. Not necessarily a strong fake double, just 4 Marines with that tank. Trying to see if he can apply pressure to a Protoss player that's only got 1 gateway worth of units. Mini did get a second gateway online, but might not necessarily have enough production from that to get a unit squeezed out of it. It's just about to finish. Only 3 Dragoons to fight against this. Might be able to trade off one of these Dragoons, or at least apply some damage to the hull HP of one of those. Doesn't quite get the kill, but not necessarily going to be losing the tank on the exit either. So I would say this is reasonable from Barracks. He's not really lost a lot here, and he has taken one of those Dragoons down to low.
Yeah, I mean, he also didn't have to build a bunker here. He's put mines right in front of Mini's natural. He hasn't been able to get... Oh! Wow! Mine connection right as the observer's coming out. That is surprising. Mini is really going to be feeling that. And there might be a follow-up here from Barracks now. He saw that go down, and he knows that there's one weakened Dragoon and one dead Dragoon. So maybe there's an opportunity here to just rally across the map and maybe get some more damage going.
I mean, that mine made me choke quite physically, saying that was insane. I'm surprised Mini's holding it together, at least on the surface right now, trying to lock himself in and not allow that to deter him from making any more fumbles. 3 tanks though, rolling into natural third. These Dragoons are isolated.
Oh, one tank down.
With some mines as well. One of the tanks doesn't find the pick on that tank though.
There are the
this
mines,
should
man.
really start to escalate for Mini now. He should have an
Oh,
extra
God.
Dragoon.
Oh,
The 1v should be
God.
healthier. This is not going to pan out well for Mini. Another good mine connection. He doesn't even kill the low HP tank. He's tilting. He knows he's in trouble. That third base will have to be cancelled at the bare minimum.
Beautiful.
Barracks is making it happen in game number 5.
Get the fuck out of there,
Dude, Mini
man.
wanted to
Repair
go
your
into
tanks.
DTs after this.
What do I know? He's like, no.
Landing on
We keep the
getting
pressure.
DTs out to try and take advantage of Barracks as being
Oh, yeah,
so
siege now.
aggressive here. Now Barracks is right at the wall. He's killing the Dragoons. He's shooting down the probes. GG. That's it.
Oh!
One mistake is all it takes. One mine getting dragged into a pair of Dragoons at the early stages of the game, and it's all over. Mini is now down in the series. Crazy how kind of like on the knife's edge these matches really are.
Absolutely insane. You really don't know what's going to happen in the ASL. Just a testament to how hard this game StarCraft is. One tiny mistake like that can spell disaster. Everyone is always playing on a knife's edge while also trying to do somersaults on a tightrope. It's that insane. And Barracks now in a very commanding position. Match point. Just needs to pick up one win from these final 2 maps. And honestly, Dominator pretty favoriting Terran. We thought it would be a bit of a Protoss favored.
Oh, it's the Dragoon that comes out of the gateway.
Transitions, but we very quickly found out. Look at that connection. We very quickly found out that
that's
Terran
what
players
happened.
actually could have used the center. That's crazy how lucky that is, man.
That's really savage. He had the observer like seconds away from reaching the front so that he could clear that mine, and the Dragoon popping out drags into the second Dragoon. That is so rough, man. And the follow-up here is just really solid. But it's up to Barracks to make that play happen, right? He's the one who pushed forward with the early attack and set the mines in the proper position. He set that play up perfectly, and he followed it up excellently as well, and gets himself a quick win here on Polestar.
Crazy shit, man.
Looks like Mini wanted to go into Arbiters from that situation, but just couldn't stabilize in time, and the Templar Archive's just way too far away for something like DTs to save the day. Really well executed attack there from Barracks. Now we're on match point. What's going to happen? Are we going to have a crazy situation where Barracks is going to knock out Mini and get through to that semifinals for the first time in his career to secure that coveted round of 16 seed for the next season? It's going to be huge if he can do so.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic for the Terrans out there as well to have one Terran at least in the round of 4. Guys, we're going to commercial break. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back. And it's match point here for Barracks. He's on the cusp of making history, getting his first round of 4 appearance and keeping the Terran dream alive. Can he clutch it out here? Things have been going a little bit awry for Mini lately. He's had a few bad luck moments that have brought him to this point so far. He's had some good luck as well, but is he going to be able to keep focus on what he needs to do to close this one out? Can he actually bring this one back? Dominator is our next map, and he's got to have something special. I mean, what are we going to see here? This is a good map for, I have to say it, Shun. It's a good map for putting gateways in the middle of the map. Is he going to do it?
I don't necessarily think so. I don't think Mini wants to gamble like that. We'll have to wait and see.
I don't think
so. I'm just so stoked for
I don't know what this guy is.
It's hard
He's
not to root for this guy.
Crazy motherfucker, but
Terran in the round of 8 and performing this good against Mini. I really do want him to go all the way.
I doubt he's gonna risk
getting ready for the match, throwing on his headset and throwing them off again.
Proxy 2 gates, all in.
I hope he can stabilize his nerves
for him.
Doesn't get too much adrenaline. Oh, he's getting maybe some sound issues. He's just checking out to make sure that everything is set up correctly. I think maybe there was a problem, maybe with the noise cancellation and those headphones, and making sure that he's not hearing the crowd as he shouldn't be. We'll have to see. He might have to get someone to come over there and help check him out. Looks like there was some kind of technical difficulties.
He did it against
you don't want to start the game with
he took a game off of
difficulty
him.
For sure. Make sure that everything is dialed in before this game starts. It's a massive moment
but that's
for Barracks.
PvP.
And so
he also got lucky
some time here
because
to
it's like
sort
50-50 you can
through.
get
Some help from a referee, make sure that that's
close
all
to
set
the
up and we
opponent's
can
spawn
get this
or
game
not.
underway. But Shun, Dominator, what about that? What about that strategy?
It's definitely not gonna happen.
Who was it? What, Tyson?
He's gonna go for
the strategy
2 base,
where
whatever.
you check the mineral patch and then build gateways into your opponent's main base. Are we gonna see something like that?
Maybe. The ASL season 20, game number 6 in the round.
I don't know what the
versus
fuck Mini has planned.
It's gonna be dominated, guys. Let's get locked in.
It's not a
like
1
these
base
players
only.
are.
No fucking way.
Barracks, bottom left, Mini, top left. I see some of you guys saying in the chat that this is his last chance. He can't gamble, but that's exactly when Mini likes to gamble, man. This guy is crazy. When everything is on the line. This is the guy who versus Larva went to Gateway in the center in the game 7 of the ASL finals. Like, this guy is insane. It doesn't matter what's on the line. He will gamble it all. And shout out to everybody in the chat who is here. Just a reminder for those of you who are on watching this on YouTube that we are casting this live on SCTV EN Soup Live. .com/SCTVEN. You can come check it out. 7 p.m. Korean Standard Time on a Monday and Tuesday. And also would like to thank each and every one of you guys who supported us through Patreon as well. Really appreciate all the support for the Saiyan Shun Duocast. Patreon.com/Saiyan Shun Duocast. Thank you guys so much. And we're just enjoying this series so much. We're enjoying this ASL a ton.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's literally a dream come true. Thank you so much, guys. I still have to kind of pinch myself to see if I'm dreaming, especially now that I've seen even people in the crowd have signs talking about our cast. It's been the world to us, guys, that you show us any kind of love and support. So thank you to everyone that does end up throwing some bones our way. Greatly appreciated. We hope to do this for many years to come.
Did you see that, Shun? Barracks went up onto high ground with his first SCV and checked to make sure there wasn't a proxy there. I mean, he knows. He knows. This guy's insane.
He should.
He should. He absolutely should. I mean, he should be checking the middle as well. I mean, this is Mini we're talking about. You cannot rule that out. But Mini here has actually gone for a pretty normal build. He's just put the gateway on the high ground, not necessarily even going to be a zealot here. And Barracks, I mean, he's going to play safe, but he doesn't have any reason to, from what we can see from Mini now.
This isn't technically safe from Barracks, but he's gone for an 11 gas sand. So this factory, a little bit ahead of schedule, but Mini's probe arrived just as he threw down that factory. So Mini also can see this is going to be a fast vulture play from him. Has got that zealot on the way, but the factory and vulture will be finishing up much more ahead of schedule by about, say, 4 or 5 seconds or so, quicker than usual, at least here for Barracks. Basically, it's like a 229 with a 12 gas and like a 223, 222, depends on your optimizations, with an 11 gas. So essentially like a 4 or 5 second faster vulture timing when all's said and done, and won't be able to apply the same kind of pressure with this zealot probe as he would usually.
Yeah, can't really come down here with the vulture about to pop out. He's going to have to retreat back to the safety of the Dragoon, which has just arrived here on the high ground. 3 Marines, 2 SCVs, and a vulture. Very safe number of units here for Barracks to try and push this away and start that bunker here soon. And not really too much Mini can do to fight this army. This is just enough to hold him back. Great repair here as well. Make sure that that vulture stays
beautiful,
healthy as Mini's trying to target that down for sure. Oh, second Dragoon's going to come up from behind. Wait a second here. He's going to come up on the high ground. Target fire onto the Zealot. Really
goodbye, Zealot. Boom.
From Barracks. Gets rid of that Zealot. Going to utilize the high ground here. Second Vulture arrives, targeting down on the Vulture, but great repair.
Oh, the repair. Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh. He keeps the Vulture alive.
And Mini started his range a little bit.
He's gonna chase, and I'm surprised because
didn't actually start it.
What?
He's pulling the boys. That
what? Barracks has gone insane.
More than it should be. Could help spell disaster for Mini now. Shield battery on the way in the natural, trying to stabilize those 2 Dragoons so low on HP. There's a lot of punching power in the Gauss rifle on those Marines to do a lot of DPS, and the fragmentation grenades of the Vultures shave off the shields with true damage. Mini could be in a lot of trouble with the boys being pulled here.
Oh my gosh, and he had something in the natural to get this mineral patch. He's actually going to get right on top of the Dragoons. Great block there. He actually gives up on the surround on that one Dragoon. It was a very low HP.
Oh, dude, are you going to
target first? He tries to cut through this pylon. It really takes the wind out of the sails to have that pylon
on the shield battery,
the
man.
Bunker is going
target
down.
the
Is this a
pylon
from Barracks? This is a great defense by Mini. Oh my God.
No, he fucked it up.
Here, but the bunker. Can
he fucked it up.
Can he get inside the
my
bunker?
God.
Oh, the block. The sickest block ever. He blocks the Marines out from getting inside. And now the Dragoons here can finish off that bunker. Marines might be able to run forward now, but the bunker is nearly dead, and so it no longer matters. So many kills on those SCVs.
What are you doing, Barracks? No, man. Bro, he fucking wasted so much DPS into the shield battery and then decided to attack the pylon, man.
GG. She's actually going to get right on top of the...
Look at this.
There's a lot of punching power in the Gauss rifle on those Marines to do a lot of DPS, and the fragmentation grenades of the Vultures shave off the shields with true damage.
I don't mind the play, it's good, but he wasted so much DPS. The decision making, man.
He had something in the natural to get this mineral.
This was good.
Get right on top of the
he
Dragoon.
Attacks the pylon, then attacks the shield battery.
Gives up on the surround on that one Dragoon.
And then goes for the pylon again?
But so many SCVs are going to fall here as he tries to cut through this pylon. It really takes the wind out of the sails here to have that pylon wall set up. The bunker is going down. Is this a throw from Barracks? This is a great defense by Mini. Oh my God, there's still 4 Marines here, but the bunker, can he finish the bunker? Can he get inside the bunker? Oh, the block! The
sickest walk ever. He blocks the Marines out from getting inside, and now the Dragoons here can finish off that bunker. Marines might be able to run forward now, but the bunker is nearly
I mean, I respect,
dead,
dude.
and
I
so it
respect.
no
He was
longer
like, alright,
matters.
let's fucking
So
do this,
many
man.
kills on
This is the first time he goes super aggro.
Oh my goodness, what a series. What a game. Dude, I thought Mini was going to go insane, but Barracks absolutely loses his mind in this game. Pulls the boys and goes for the kill, and it just barely doesn't work.
I don't know if I can handle this emotional roller coaster, Sam. This is intense. We're going the
Match point
distance,
for
guys.
both, man.
We'll be going to that game
What's
number
up,
7
Alpha?
on Radion. Barracks needs to keep calm and collected, not let the adrenaline get to him. He's flying a little bit too close to the
dude.
sun right now. And might get burned without being able to secure it for his chest later on. I hope this guy can just stay chill and perform at his A game in this final match. It's a great macro map for Terran. But Mini
shit.
gonna be
3-3,
great,
man.
smacking down the attack in that fashion. That was a beautiful hold.
Yeah, really solid hold there. Really solid, guys. I'm losing my voice. Hold on, keep talking, Shun.
Yeah, you do your thing, buddy. Have some water. But I'm just so blown away by Barracks in this series as well. Even if he doesn't necessarily get through to that round of 4, he's performed at a very high level here today. And almost taking a win there from Mini, like literally seconds away from into that semi-finals position and getting the seed for the next season. It's so close. I really want to see this guy go all the way. I'm not afraid to admit that I'm rooting for Barracks. He is the underdog in this series. Mini should win. Historically speaking, he has slapped down Barracks almost every turn, especially in longer series. Will that happen again? Or will Barracks finally get a long series over a high-level Protoss player like Mini? We're about to find out. Both players are ready. Their headphones are on tight. We're going to be jumping right into it, guys. This is game, match, and point. The ASL Season 20 Round of 8 final match between Barracks and Mini on Radion. Let's get this show on the road.
Barracks here in top right, Mini bottom right. Just when you thought it couldn't get more exciting, Shun. Just when you thought that things were gonna start to calm down, it gets turned up to the next level. Unbelievable that Barracks went for that. It's so out of character, I feel. So out of character. Who would expect Barracks to pull it all in like that?
I mean, he's almost leaping out of his
wait.
seat.
What?
No way. He is going to 8-racks. He's going to do some kind
Barracks.
of this game, right? Like, he's going to 8-racks in the center.
He's
He's
going
going to be BBS.
full and 8 the last 2
Let's
games.
see if he sends out a second SCV
What the
in a few
fuck?
seconds here after he starts this first
He's been
Barracks.
playing so solid all
The
series,
SCV,
man.
It's going to be a BBS, it looks like. Oh my days. He's going to BBS at the 6 o'clock and kind of like flip the coin and hope that Mini is in the bottom hemisphere of the map. And indeed he is. This is going to get wild. This is super exciting. If Mini goes for a next
Barracks,
first
man.
in the
Like, he's
final
not
game.
cheesy at all.
I mean,
He's going full fucking crazy the last 2 games.
We could be seeing the biggest tip.
He's taking a big gamble because this is a 4-player spawn. So he's putting in the middle of the bottom, hoping for 50-50. Ah, qué bonito, mi amor. Sí, no sé dónde estás, mi amor. Llévatelos. He's gambling for him to be bottom left or bottom right. If he's top left, I mean, that's already over. I don't know what is going on through his mind, but this is clearly the prove that someone can go crazy like this in the last moment, man. Like, he's been playing so reactive, super solid, macro, this, that, and the last 2 games he goes like, I need to all in, you know?
Not from Mini yet. He might be throwing his desk.
Which might work, because I don't think Mini is expecting this. Mini did not expect the last boys pull, the last game. And I'm sure Mini's thinking, Barracks is gonna go super reactive, defensive, safe macro play. He definitely does not expect this shit, man.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna do it! He's gonna go for a Nexus first against the BBS in the final match!
This is how.
And Mini's going Nexus first, man. This is a brilliant fucking play.
You say, okay, we're going up against Mini. Let's throw it on
Mini's like, yeah.
Game 7. He won't expect that. This is his move.
Wow. The mind games are real, man.
It's
This is
unbelievable.
Terran's wet dream saying, because this is the reality of the situation. Either Terran wins and they're happy,
And he's gonna scout him immediately.
or he loses, and this
Like,
indicates
all the stars are aligning for Barracks right now.
With a proxy dual max against the Nexus first.
Proxy BBS, yes, against Nexus first. I'm sure he's gonna win this game, Shun. There's no way, right, that he could possibly lose. He's found
Nexus
it. I mean,
first,
we didn't even
gate.
see a small glimmer of a smile on Barracks' face. He's all business right now as he goes for this all in. There's a
Oh, he's gonna trap that
forge
SCG.
being made. He's gonna make a cannon. So he's actually planning to make a cannon on the low ground, but he hasn't even started it yet. He hasn't even started a pylon yet. So he is going to be way behind. He's actually waiting for this Nexus to finish. He wants it to finish so that he can deal maximum damage. Here it comes now. Is he just going to cancel, start making cannons on high ground? I think you have to. You have to, right?
You have to make 3 bunkers. Fuck it.
Oh no, he didn't have a
So you
forge.
can make a
Wait,
Sim City.
He has to pull probes there.
Yeah, he has no forge, bro. He has 2 gates.
Targeting down the probes as they try and get into position. He's be careful, avoid that drilling position on the south side of the bunker.
Oh, the SCB, man, blocking.
With one of those Marines' lives, gets one in the bunker guaranteed. The other 2 can just shuffle back against the probes now.
Oh, they're going in.
In a lot of trouble. He has to stabilize.
Oh, Mini's dead, man.
In the face of the gateway, he knows, he feels it.
Oh
He
my
can't
God.
believe that this is happening. How is Barracks got the steel balls weighted down in his trousers to go for a BBS on a massive macro map like this? It's insane. It's working though, and Mini doesn't even know how to process this at the moment.
Yeah, he has no idea what to do. He's gonna try to run by with these zealots. There's really no hope here. As this bunker finishes in range of the Nexus, it's all over. Oh my
Look at the
God.
camera of Mini, man. Look at Mini's reaction when he sees the 2
Yeah,
racks.
he has no idea. As this bunker finishes in range of the Nexus, it's all over. Oh my gosh, he taps out. There it is, GG!
Wow.
Final 4, our first.
The balls of this guy, man.
Is Terran. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. He saves Terran
Unbelievable.
in ASL 20.
Wow. I've never been more excited for a Terran player saying, I mean, let's go, guys. He's slumping in his chair because, like, he's put so much.
Se volvió loco, güey. Se volvió loco al final.
This series away from Mini.
Y le salió, cabrón.
How deflated Mini is
Porque
on the other side of that
con la
stage.
jugada anterior que le hizo
Well, he
Lin,
should be,
Mini dijo,
because Mini just
va a jugar, ahora él va a jugar defensivo, estándar, macro, defensivo, reactivo. Y yo voy a ir Nexo primero, 2 gates, como un pinche boss, cabrón. Y voy a tener toda la ventaja del mundo, güey.
Game number 7 in a huge
Y
series.
Barracks se va por ese all-in, cabrón.
And he's
Imagínate que
stolen,
Mini hubiera
the thunder of so many
estado arriba a la
pro
izquierda.
players with
Imagínate lo que tendrían que caminar los Marines para ir hasta allá. Ese all-in se va a la verga. Casi imposible que funcione.
He flips a coin. It wasn't quite a coin flip there, right? 2
Y encima de eso,
spawns.
su oponente va a Nexo primero, güey.
Well,
But he gets the right spot. I mean, he's
some
just-
What the
gamblers would
fuck?
say it's always a coin flip. You're either right or you're wrong.
What
no
the
matter what
fuck?
the odds are. That's just how. So this guy's literally crying.
Ese güey seguramente apostó como $100,000 o algo así, güey.
Oh my goodness.
Chills in
Absolutely.
the audience test sign. Wow, guys, Barracks. For the first time in his career.
Yo nunca había visto a Barracks ir all-in, güey. Siempre ha jugado como súper conservador, güey. Sólido conservador, güey. Por eso le salió además la jugada, porque Mini es lo último que se hubiera esperado.
He's the last hope for the Terran race, keeping them in the running here for that ASL title. This is an amazing.
No lo puedo creer, no lo puedo creer, no lo puedo creer.
Going all in like this was
Que haya dicho sobres.
Completely out of character.
A la verga todo, all in.
It didn't quite work. It set him up though for that
Y
BBS.
lo intentó en la partida anterior,
Crazy
¿Qué es esta?
aggressive play here of Barracks. Just
Por eso Mini no se esperaba ese all-in en la que sigue, güey. Dijo, ok, pues ya intentaste tu all-in una vez. No vas a poner toda la carne al asador en el último juego, ¿verdad? Pues mocos, cabrón.
It just completely unexpected. Like, how the heck can you expect this?
Nadie se esperaba esto. Nadie.
You can't. I mean, and the reality is that's so cathartic for so many Terrans around the world, punishing a Nexus first in this fashion with this much on the line, saying there's Terrans around the world wishing they were wearing bras so they could whip them off and swing them around above their heads, saying this is insane from Barracks. The kahunas
Y luego
on this guy to do it with everything.
Esos
on the
props
line.
ahí
You've
se
gotta respect
intentan
it.
matar al
This
SCV
man
del
is
búnker. Pero esos SCVs tienen chingo de vida, güey. No se mueren, güey.
This hard
No
at the
mames,
end of the
adiós.
series. Again, this is a mini move, and he pulled it out and actually got the win with it. Just crazy to witness. Like, how can this tournament get any more wild and wacky? We're gonna find out, I guess, as we go into our next game.
Wow, güey, Barracks ha jugado este torneo.
Yeah.
No mames,
I
cabrón.
could certainly be
Increíble,
crazy.
güey.
The alien Zerg himself against the foot clapping 8-tough.
Te digo que le sacó un juego Sulky, güey. O sea, a la verga, güey. El 4 veces campeón.
PVC as well. I'm sure no matter what happens, that's going to be a really epic series. And I hope that Snow does some kind of Reaver shenanigans on Screaming Sea in it as well. So impressed by Barracks. Very deserved advancement to the semi-finals. Got that seed into the next series, round of 16, as we said. And who knows, man? The pressure's off from him. He's done.
Verga, güey. Qué loco. Vámonos a la que sigue, güey.
ASL. This is a highly anticipated matchup. This is the one I was looking most forward to this season, Shun. Snow versus Effort is going to be an insane match.
Verga, esto está cabrón.
This is kind
No
of
tengo idea de las estadísticas que tienen en este matchup estos dos jugadores, pero ambos son unos monstruos.
Who showed up back into the scene after a long hiatus, after injuring his wrist and recuperating for years. He shows back up and he takes out the 4-time champion in the round of 16. He takes out Sulky and he opens the way for Snow to get his first title. Or does he? He's standing in the way now. Effort is here in the round of 8 to possibly shut down Snow once again.
Yeah, he's definitely a strong contender of shutting Snow out from this entire tournament.
Pues por lo que dicen, Effort tiene buen CVP,
He's got
entonces.
a pretty clear path to the finals, I would say.
Pero el PVC de Snow
Favor
está
Snow
perro,
over
güey.
Barracks in
No,
that
esto está cabrón,
semi-final
güey.
set, and historically he's been kind of the bully of Barracks.
No tengo ni
a lot in
puta
the
idea de
past. I
quién va a
believe
ganar
that
aquí.
Barracks would hold his own a lot better than times past, but still would get the better of him in the
Snow
end.
quedó-
But if somehow Effort goes
perdió
through the
3
day,
contra
then I don't know
4
what's gonna happen. So
contra
I'll be rooting
Sulky,
for
güey,
Effort
en un
despite
best of
being
7. O sea,
happy
estuvo a
and
nada de
tired of
ganarle a
these
Sulky,
guys.
güey.
He's a very strong Zerg contender. He's got a
Entonces-
couple of stars on his chest from a long, long time ago. I believe the last event he won was against Flash in the ASL Season 6, if I'm not mistaken. So this guy has been around a lot in the past, but kind of AWOL for a while.
O sea, en pocas palabras, Sol que ahorita es como si fuera el Serra de los StarCraft 2.
Screwed on tight, and he's looking to reestablish himself.
Yeah, he's playing at a extremely high level, higher than I would have expected.
El hecho de que
honestly,
no haya
coming back
quedado
from such a long
3-4
hiatus.
contra un Serra
He's
así,
playing
digo,
just next level.
yo creo
Everything
que su
we've seen
PvC
from
lo
him
hace
so far
muy
has been
decente, ¿no?
amazing.
Yo, what's up,
Kind of
GR?
like Larva in that regard. Like he just, I don't know what these guys' training regimen is like, but they were off on their own, practicing, and now they're kind of dominating the scene. Soma as well. I mean, so many players just coming out of nowhere and reappearing on the scene all of a sudden. Now we've got 3 of
To
them
think that this
in the round.
guy had a
Effort
winning
versus
record
Snow. This is gonna
against
be one of the
Flash
ages.
back in the day.
Absolutely, Sale. I've been looking forward to
It's
this match
insanity,
for a long
man.
time.
That's
A little bit of
effort.
difficulty sleeping last night. I was that excited to get stuck into it.
Sí, ese
I
es
don't
Snow,
necessarily think this is gonna go to match
Falcon.
7. I think this is probably gonna finish 4-2.
Dark Souls
But I
will
don't know
be
who's gonna
tomorrow
take it.
morning.
Snow, historically has
GR.
had issues with his versus Zerg matchup, but has improved dramatically over the last year or so, and has such good control of his shuttles and reavers that might come into play here, even against Zerg, especially.
I was actually gonna play right now Dark Souls, but I was like, you know what?
Yeah, it's
I need to
incredible
catch up
we're
on
gonna
the
have
ASL,
Stricken
man.
Sea
There's
first,
too many good games
That's
right now going on.
Such a
And also,
treat for us here as viewers.
can take a break
getting
from
to see
playing
that
too.
wild map right off the bat. Gonna set the tempo there. Snow picking that map, if I'm not mistaken, and he's gonna have something special planned for sure.
Oh, you better believe. We did see, I think it was Snow actually, trying to do something like a Reaver play on that map. It wasn't in ASL, it was in KCM or something. And I think he was against Queen, and he just lost his shuttle on Reaver to some Hydralisks at the natural third and kind of lost the game eventually. I'm hoping he'll put a much more stronger, dominant performance out than that. I'm sure he's had a lot of time to practice on this map now. A lot of these guys, now they're in the round of 8, they have so many pros helping them because all the other pros have been knocked out. So there's like a line out the door for people to help them prepare for these games now.
Not that they need it, man. These guys are the best of the best. These guys, man, this could actually be a finals. Honestly, this as well as our games tomorrow. Soma versus Best. That could be another finals. Honestly, we are truly blessed here, Shun, for having so many great matchups in the round of 8.
Honestly, yeah, it's kind of crazy how good this ASL has been. I mean, we thought in the last season of ASL that it was one of the best of all time, and this one is shaping up to be even more crazy. I don't even know what to think anymore. I just know that this is some of the best StarCraft, and especially the most interesting StarCraft that we have seen in a very long time, Sam.
Occasionally we get these situations where the early parts of the ASL are amazing, and then as we get deeper in the tournament, things start to cool off. Sometimes it's kind of a cold start, and then we end up really heating up at the end, closer towards the finals. But it's been non-stop for both of these past 2 seasons. It's just been heated up and out of control. So many great players here, and 2 of the best.
no, pues no, sí ha habido un par, Alpha.
No, he's going to be hungry.
Por ejemplo,
for it this
en
season.
round of 6,
Back in the
20,
day, from ASL
28,
season 5
24.
and ASL season 8, he got the silver
True.
stars and couldn't quite get
True
back
estaba en
to
StarCraft 2, ya
start
regresó al
slapping
Brood
on
War y
his
está
chest.
jugando muy
He's
bien.
come so
Tuvo
close
muy buenos
sometimes
juegos.
as well. Always breaking in
Está,
deep
yo creo que para la próxima temporada de ASL va a estar
Always kind
el
of just
Bostos.
barely falling short. Maybe looking to get through to the semifinals at least.
Está también
Maybe all the way now that Sulky's out. He's certainly capable of it. I imagine he's still just as
Terran,
hungry as
se
he
me
was back
olvidó.
then.
Que jugó StarCraft 2, que ha sido coach y ahora está en el Brood War.
He has been so close to that ASL
También está jugando
title
muy bien,
over
cabrón.
and over and over
No,
again.
sí pueden hacer transición sin problema,
Second
güey.
place finishes, and he's been knocked out in the round of 4. Basically by solely by
TY, exactamente. TY ahorita está de vuelta en Brood War, güey. Tiene muy buenos juegos, lo puedes checar acá, güey.
Basically again.
La neta, sí, güey, hay muy buenos juegos, güey. Que puedes, puedes ver con jugadores de StarCraft 2 aquí en el Brood War y muy buenas partidas, güey.
Yeah,
Aquí
already
está
good
el
fight.
cabrón.
In condition for our to take his group fight with.
Está el pinche TY. Si te los quieres ver, guáchatelos, güey. Muy buenos juegos, cabrón. Y el otro que te digo que está jugando muy perro es True, güey. True también está jugando muy bien, cabrón.
On the planet for the time being.
Creo que es este güey. De izquierda a derecha creo que es el segundo. True también ha estado jugando mucho tiempo StarCraft 2, güey. Pues en fin, guáchate este canal, güey. Te vas acá, te vas aquí a sus videos. La neta es que esta temporada no ha tenido madre. Y puedes verla a partir de acá, que es el round de 24, güey. A partir de acá, todas las partidas están buenísimas, cabrón. Todas, güey. O sea, de veras, güey. Puros pinches juegazos, cabrón. Juegazos, güey. El round de 24, excelente. El round de 16, excelente. Y ahorita estamos en el round de 8. Oh, I replied, Grand Royal, but I don't think you heard me. I said, yes, tomorrow. Not tonight, but tomorrow for sure. We're catching up a little bit on ASL tonight.
Against everybody else, he hasn't been stopped. Well, Solkey seemed to be the only guy who had his number, and now he's out of the tournament. Does that mean that Snow is going to win? It's not a sure thing, man. Still so many great players here, and effort is going to be standing in his way.
Yeah, this will be the first real series that these two have played at the ASL. They've kind of, hit each other in the best of one kind of framing of things, and then a few years ago, but they're never in a real series in the ASL. Literally just only in those group stages, best of ones, they've kind of gone back and forth in their records a little bit. Hard to really know where these two stand, honestly, and I think effort's kind of been away from the action for so long that a lot of people are really surprised to see him play this well recently, and it's kind of hard to dial in and know exactly where these two guys are at, especially against one another, but my money is going to be on effort for this series.
I
think
know,
that
man.
Snow,
Snow has a
he's not
really
gonna be overcome by the moment. Now that
good chance
Solkey
to
is out of the way,
beat
he's
this
just
guy.
going to
Snow is
keep
probably
himself
thinking right
composed
now
and try to play his absolute
that this
best.
is
I don't
his
wanna see him go
semi-final.
too crazy with wild
because if he
strategies,
can
just
beat
play
effort,
his heart
I'm
out with
sure
his
he
best
knows he's
possible
favored
play. Like,
against Barracks,
even
but
on streaming, see, I don't want him to do anything.
Barracks has shown he can play. The thing is that Snow PvT is probably the best,
good at
without any
responding
question.
to these crazy situations
So,
and creating these chaotic.
He's probably
spots where
thinking,
he's able
if
to
I beat
dominate.
effort,
Snow, I think he should.
there's a high chance I'm already in
I'm
the
definitely
finals,
putting my money on
because
Snow
I can
here,
definitely beat
but
Barracks
anything can
in the
happen.
semifinals.
I mean, honestly, I kind of like that we're rooting for different players here, saying it will make it harder for people in the comments to criticize our biased cast. Just a bit of a news flash for you guys. Every human on the planet is biased. It's just that we don't lie to you, and we'll definitely be wearing our hearts on our sleeves and tell you how we feel about each of these players. Seems like Sayan's going to be rooting for Snow and expecting him to win. I'm definitely behind Effort. back in the past, Effort had a 60% plus win rate in all 3 matchups, known as the Alien Zerg. He's just so good at what he does. He's been away from the scene for a long time, but I have every confidence in his ability to go the distance.
Yeah, Effort, such an intelligent player. The Alien Zerg definitely has a head on his shoulders, a very good head on his shoulders, and seems to be able to find his way out of these kind of chaotic situations, get the job done with the correct build against the correct player in the best situation. We saw that versus Soulkey, pulling out that wacky build where he put his proxy hatchery at the center left.
Very pretty
Just the
Korean
perfect
chick, man.
build for the right situation to take on the right player. Can he find the antidote here for Snow today? We're going to be starting off on Screaming Sea and ending on Radeon here. Always interesting to me to see who picks which map, and it's super cool that Snow decided to open on Screaming Sea here today.
It's certainly going to keep the series especially spicy. It really does make me laugh how it's the only map that doesn't have an English translation. There's literally 4 ways you can translate the name of that Korean text there, and it seems like even the Koreans undecided on what that translation should be. We're just going to call it Screaming Sea, though.
Yeah, I like that alliteration, Screaming Sea. It just rolls off the tongue. There's a lot of different translations that are kicking around, but that's what we're going to go with, guys. So let's get into this match, dude. I can't wait. I want to see what happens on Screaming Sea, man. This is going to be insane. This is going to be wild.
Oh, yeah, man. I think this is going to be one of the best series of the entire tournament. Even if it does somehow go like 4-1 or 4-2, I think 4-2 is more likely here. I don't necessarily think this is going to go the entire distance and give us a game 7. But either way, I think both of these guys are capable of taking this, and it's going to come down to their nerves, their composure, and what strategies they've got cooked up. I think both of them have a very strong fighting chance at eliminating each other. This is not going to be a one-sided affair, I do not think.
I can't believe Snow has a 37% record on PBC, man.
Anything less than 7
but I think that's against...
Series. Personally, I think this is going to go the full
I don't know if that's
distance.
against Zerg in particular or against
I could,
Effort.
Of course, be wrong, but that's just my sense here before these games start. I want to mention that, Snow had a hard time with Soulkey because he was such a tricky Zerg player. Effort has proven to be even more tricky, though. I'm hoping that Snow can, with all his experience in games versus Soulkey, find a way to scout what's going on and figure out what Effort's up to.
There's a statistic on the screen now saying that Snow's got a very poor record against Zerg in these situations at the ASL, but he's pointing to his chest at that ASL logo, showing you that there's no star above that S yet, and he's looking to rectify that. He's come a long way and improved his Protoss versus Zerg so much in the last year or two, like we were saying. Effort, he's straightening out his jacket, making sure that all the way in the back you can see that he's got 2 gold stars and looking to get a 3rd this time around.
Yeah, that record for Snow is a little bit misleading. Again,
I think it's super cool that
versus Soulkey.
you get your jacket, the golden stars if you have been a champ.
Past 3-4 seasons. And losing each of those, so it's been
that looks so fucking.
I mean, it's been him
sick,
growing
man.
though the entire time, right? He started out, losing that.
He has been a champion twice.
Decidedly, and in this last season, he took it all the way to Game 7 and just about won that series. Just a couple of minor mistakes, if they were rectified, could have resulted in a Snow victory.
Oh, yeah, he came really close, especially in recent times. I do feel like it's about time that players like Snow and Best, they should be getting a title right about now. And as Soulkey's out of the tournament, there's no reason why any of these guys can't go the distance now. Usually it is that Soulkey being the block. We've got a little bit of a history record here showing you there's a round of 24 win for Effort in Season 3, a round of 16 win for Effort in Season 6, I believe, and then there's a Snow win more recently. So 2-1 in the best of 1 series here at the ASL. A little bit of back and forth. Effort getting the better end of Snow in this event ever so slightly, but this is a totally different kettle of fish now in a best of 7.
Bro, look at his record in PvP and
My
PvT,
God.
man.
The record here is actually disgusting. Like, I mean, if you take Soul Key out of those games, I would say he's probably got like a 70% all-around win rate. It's crazy. It's
Or
crazy.
closer to 60 or 50, but yeah, I hear what you're saying.
All right,
Wow.
statistician. Okay, fine. It is what it is.
This is how good
is a
these
great
two
record.
guys are, man.
Effort here.
Look at those fucking percentage,
Absolutely
man.
dominant in his in the early seasons of the ASL.
It's insane.
Was an incredible performer, and it seems like he is
Only Flash had better
dead.
records than
He
these
is
guys.
reappeared here in a big way,
And
fully
Salty, of course.
reincarnated at his peak performance.
Well, he's been gone for so many years. It's almost like he got abducted by aliens. He's so good at Zerg, they mistook him for one of their own spies and maybe snuck him away into a UFO somewhere and realized, oh, we made a mistake. This guy's just so good at StarCraft. Let's just put him back down onto Earth so he can keep doing what he does best. We're going to be jumping straight into the action, guys. The ASL Season 20, Round of 8, between Snow and Effort. The first map, it's going to be Screaming Sea. Let's get this show on the road.
Snow spawning here. In the top right, excuse me. We got Effort in the bottom left. Screaming Sea, first map of the night. Snow picking that for himself. He's definitely got a plan here. What's it gonna be, Snow?
Yeah, I'm thinking Reaver Set. It's got to be, right? Like, this is such a good map for Reaver Set, and he's such a potent Reaver user. The only thing I could think of is maybe he wants Effort to think that, so he's got something totally different planned to kind of obscure and obfuscate that. Oh, another saying and John sign. Hello again, French guy. We appreciate you so much.
Shout out Emmanuel. He sent me a message. Thank goodness he was able to get into the ASL studio. I know he wasn't able to get a ticket, so they had some standing room in the back. That's fantastic. Didn't have that when I was there a couple of years ago, but I'm glad that they've added it in, allowing more people to get into the studio. I think it's only like 70 seats or something like that, so it's a pretty exclusive event if they didn't allow people to come in standing space.
Right. Yeah, definitely a bit of an exclusive club. I'm happy to see you in the crowd, Manuel. That's your name. Really do appreciate your dedication to the sport and showing us a little bit of love as well for what we do. So much love back to you. Meanwhile, Snow, he's not going to be doing anything like a cannon rush or attempting to here. He's got no early forge. He's just doing a quick scout, identifies the opener from Effort, and will be making a safety forge now, I believe. It is slightly longer rush distance, so he doesn't necessarily have to make the forge this early, but I guess it kind of curves out nicely for the build either way.
Yeah, the 9 pool, I mean, we'll see the level of commitment here from Effort. That could be just 4 lings. It could be 6. And so he wants to make sure that he's got the cannon started in good time. He'll probably make the Nexus before cannon, I imagine. What do you think? Is he going to make that first?
He could, yeah. But I don't think he should. I think it would be better if he just makes the cannon. I think it's only a few, I don't know how many exactly seconds quicker it is, longer it is for these Zerglings to get here. I imagine at least about 4 or 5 seconds longer at the very least. So he can go cannon, Nexus, gateway, cannon, and try and pro block, maybe. It's a little bit risky to do that. Usually you just throw down 2 cannons against 9 pool, but I guess with the longer rush distances, he's going to go, yeah, cannon, Nexus, gateway, and then just kind of block with the probes and try and get a little bit of a cheeky greed play here.
Yeah, he might not have been able to finish that cannon in time, actually. I think we'll see maybe 1 probe end up going down. Nah, perfect positioning here on that probe, and so none will fall. Snow rotating around here. Gas before a 3rd base from Effort. So in all likelihood, he's going to be going for a very fast layer. Trying to put some pressure on in the air.
Is it me or the probe is attacking by mistake the gateway, man?
Maybe
It is.
even double Stargate.
It
going
is. I was
into
like, what the
that,
fuck?
Reaver Sarah player talking about earlier.
But I think it has
He's
a
really
reason.
worried about the Zerglings.
Artosis will probably explain this when this
Attacking his own
occurs.
buildings with the probes. That's
I'll
not a
check
mistake,
it out
guys. That's so that it
on his
forces
bots.
the probes to not move, so they're essentially on hold position if the Lings do try and target them down.
Oh, he's saying it right now. So I don't know how that works, but I think alright, so the bro was attacking the gateway. Because there's no hold position in this game for workers. But if the probe is attacking, it will be the equivalent of being in hold position because it can be moved. So if a Sterling wants to go through, the probe will pretty much fully body block as if it was in hold position. This was another thing I knew recently. That's a little trick you can do in Brood War. You basically make your worker attack as a hold position command. In case someone was like, that's a misclick, his probe is attacking his own gate. No, it's not a misclick, it's on purpose.
Plugging up those gaps until the probes die. It's really important that you do that. If you expect something like a Zergling run by, you should be pulling those back to mine now. He knows that the Zerglings are inside the base of effort trying to chase this probe down. Seems like he wants to keep the majority of those things on the ramp though to deny any scout in the main base because he's actually kind of faking out Snow. And wants to throw down a quick Hydra den. It's very hard to pull off a Hydra bust on these kinds of maps because of the high ground natural. But the reality is you're not expecting the Hydra bust, so it's more likely to work because you'll maybe undermake defenses.
This is exactly the kind of trickery that I was talking about. A very tricky Zerg player. Effort is going to go for something weird, and Snow is onto it. He knows that something's happening here. He's trying to get some information with that probe, trying to get it out in front. He's actually sent, I believe, a Zealot. He's going to actually turn it around now and head back home. So, still not getting the confirm on anything that's happening here. He's really doing a great job of keeping this probe alive, though.
Yeah, he's kind of dancing with death as well. Like, one tiny mistake with these Zerglings and that probe probably would have slipped by into the natural. And that's a good way of also obfuscating this build because it doesn't.
Snow doesn't know if this is their Spire
probe normally like this,
or
rather than just constantly keeping the Lings
Hydra den,
That's a little bit more
Hydra
suspicious
bust.
when you're only keeping the Zerglings.
Oh my god, double Stargate, man.
What are you up to? What are you trying to hide so badly? When you're hunting down
This is
the
the
probe
worst.
actively
I
like
think
that,
Snow already
it
lost
might not
this
be as
first
easy
game,
for Snow to
unfortunately.
realize something is up. He's going to make a cannon behind the minerals that will allow him to make
He's
cannons in the
going
mineral
double
line.
Stargate, Courser, against the Hydra
Mutinous
all-in.
clay. But pretty soon he's going to have to throw down a second safety cannon and maybe even start a third that will be cancelled if he doesn't spot the Hydras. But since he will spot the Hydras, he will
I think
have
he's
a
dead.
cannon to finish. But he hasn't yet thrown down that
This
third
is
cannon.
the worst all-in, the worst build order.
He's going to see the Hydra. Oh, okay.
Well,
Very
at least he
important.
saw the
He's
Hydras
He's
now.
gonna try and
Will he
harass
cancel the second Stargate?
Overlord
Yes, he
here.
does.
Cancels
He
the
goes for
second
cannons
Stargate.
now.
Very good cancel there, making sure that he's not going to be overspending on anti-air in a situation like this. He just needs cannons. And he may also need some vision on a pylon or on a mineral patch so that he can pull his probes to block this. Coming right up onto the high ground, and yes, indeed, it is a fake. A fourth base goes down immediately. Lair on the way.
Alright, so it's not an all-in,
And
it's a
probably
fake
stop
all-in.
at 4 to 5 cannons here
He's
on the
still
high
gonna
ground.
do
Yeah, just
damage.
4 cannons is going to be enough.
Now he's stacking to
Robotics
Lair
on
and
the
he's
way.
getting a
It is
fourth
likely
base.
to be that Reaver player you were talking about earlier.
I think
Sean.
PVC is so hard
I'm
in
not too
Brood
surprised
War,
at all
man.
from how either one of these gamers has opened up, and I think this is a similar way that Queen played against Snow in the case yet, in terms of getting this fast fourth base online, and it's really great for Zerg to have as many bases as possible in the early game. You might be thinking, oh, surely it's a bit risky to have this very early fourth, and it's hard to defend on such multiple locations, but the reality is, the more mineral fields you have available to you, the more optimized your builds will be, especially being able to like pick and choose between the best mineral patches to mine. So it will propel the economy of effort in a big way and allow them to make a monstrous amount of Hydras that he'll be able to slap down something like a Sarah Reaver play from Snow. And he's going to make some safety sunkens as well at the back of those mineral lines towards the water's edge, just to make it the more trickier for any damage from those Reavers to occur.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky to make sure that those don't die. Ooh, he loses a Corsair out here. I just wanted to mention the cannon at the front was unpowered there for a moment during that Hydralisk play as the pylon there at the bottom of the wall went down, but didn't even notice there. It's one of those things where you just don't expect your opponent to make an error like that, or just to have something like that occur. And so he didn't even check. He didn't even click on it to see if it was unpowered. Plus, he wasn't following up with a huge amount of Hydras or anything. So with the transition coming online here, wasn't able to take advantage of that. However, he has gotten himself into burrow. He's got this 4th base up. He's got spore colonies all over the place to help himself defend. Sunken colony actually in behind. I thought that this was going to be a spore, but Sunken to start hitting that Reaver the moment that it drops out. Pretty slick here from Effort. He is ready for this 100%.
Yeah, he didn't even have the early Ego Chamber for a spore. It's just to, really make it awkward for the Reavers to do anything in that natural. If they were to come out and try and snipe some pro drones, it's more or less guaranteeing damage onto that Reaver as a result. I like how Snow's playing, though. He's kind of compensating, getting a quick 3rd base island. One of the things that's weakest about going for a Reaver play early is that it can be very tricky to get a 3rd base on the way, and the Zerg can have a win condition just by isolating you on 2 bases for as long as possible. Not the case on this kind of map. Because the Zerg didn't open up quick into Lair and Spire, there's no real way of punishing this fast island expansion from Snow here. So that's going to help give him a big boon to fight against Effort. Overall, though, I do prefer Effort's position with this fast 4th base, and there's been no harassment damage from Snow thus far with that kind of pressure play from the
simple Scorp, thank you for the follow.
Because yes, he's got this island-based mining. Effort sees that now with the Scourge, but he hasn't done any damage to Effort. He's going to be relying predominantly on a ground force of infantry to get the job done, and I'm not so sure that's going to be successful against Effort that's powering on 4 bases right now.
Effort just finished up Overlord speed. It's going to be a little while yet before drop can become a factor with that later layer. And so he's not really able to harass this base, this 3rd base. And you can see that Snow knows that completely. He hasn't built a single cannon over there at all. He's completely foregone defenses at that location, and he's pushing very hard here towards this center bridge. He's going to have Reavers. This is what I love to see from Snow, juggling Reavers in a situation like this. Oh my god, so many Hydras underground right now. He could pop up, try to go after the Reaver. Can he get it? Target fire on the shuttle. Will he get the shuttle? Oh my gosh, perfect control here from Snow. He pulls the shuttle out of range and gets an excellent shot with that scare in the middle of the
play, man.
Now he's got a lot of
this
potential
is strong
here with
push,
this fight.
man. Oh, you need to save the...
From Effort, but even better control from Snow.
the Reavers, man.
Takes it out, trying to pick up these Reavers. One goes down, the other's basically one shot in the back line. Snow trying to do what he can with what small forces he can muster, but he's trying to force Effort into a bit of a back foot situation where he's having to trickle in just a few units at a time and not allow him to macro up a monstrous amount of Hydras. 2 coming from the back, 2 snipe that Reaver though. Great target firing from Effort. He just needs to weather the storm and not allow the Protoss to disrupt his economy or production too heavily. And so far,
oh man, he kept those 2 Reavers alive.
To that bridge, he's kind of got a little bit of SimCity issues in his main base. Not easy to get all those Dragoons to the front to reinforce. He needs to apply a lot of pressure to Effort soon before he gets into full late game macro mode. A couple of lurkers as well.
Before defilers are out, basically.
It's a shame that he didn't send these Corsairs in a little earlier to get some damage done on a few Overlords, because definitely Effort was sending absolutely everything to defend this push, and the Corsairs were kind of just hanging out over top during that fight. Now they're flying around and looking for some sort of damage, but they're not really finding anything. Overlord heading out on the map that could be filled with lurkers now, or Hydras potentially as well. Yeah, he's got drop for sure. He does find that Overlord heading in that direction. Nothing inside that drop. But there's a bunch of Overlords here at the 12. Is he going to go for a drop in the main to follow this up? Hard to figure out exactly where the attack is coming in when you're spread out this much here as Snow.
Yeah.
Oh, that sellout, are you kidding me?
From effort is actually that great of an idea.
I was like, bro, he spots that.
Isn't being that hyper aggressive.
Oh, this is gonna do a lot of damage, bro. And Snow is moving out, I
too
think.
much for a counter attack from Snow. If
He's super far away.
This has to be so critical from effort. Like, he needs to target fire some buildings down very quickly, like this robotic support bay or forge that's making an upgrade. This has to be a really efficient drop. He is going to be pulling the entire army of Snow back during this, so it's going to be buying a lot of time.
He saved his mirror line, and there's a Reaver here.
That would be great. He's targeting that down now.
Beautiful,
Reaver coming in to try and support that and keep it alive. Lurker
Shuttle's
also
alive.
there to deny mining and maybe rip through some drones. He does get the forge, cutting off the upgrade.
Does he have an observer, though?
Support bay as well, but it doesn't matter as long as he gets something
Okay,
like the
never
forge.
mind.
That does kind of make this drop worth it, especially because he's keeping the army of Snow pinned down for so long.
That's a lot of Dragoons, Shun. He wants to go for what looks like a
I mean, honestly, I feel like this went pretty well for him.
A few Zealots mixed in, and a
Didn't do
buttload
much
of
damage, to
Reavers
be
follow
honest,
up
besides
as well. Big drop making its
having
way
to
across the map. It gets caught by the
pull his
Corsairs
workers
before it can land over here at the third base. That drop right there would have killed a third if it had made it across. But now those units are kind of marooned over at the island base. Does Effort have enough to hold
Did he leave
back
any fucking
when
units
this
of the main base?
Finally comes forward. He's actually sending in even more, and he's going to send in the Scourge as well. 2 Corsairs left. Looks like he's going to drop in the main and go for the third at the same time.
Oh, we could have a bit of a base trade. Oh no, Snow's turning around to defend this. I think this is the wrong play from Snow. I feel like there's not much to defend for Effort. You need to be hyper-aggressive. A drop at the 3 o'clock.
This is the real drop.
Simultaneously, Effort ripping through the defensive line.
Yeah, the third base is gone, so Snow has to counter-attack all in, or what do you do in this position?
He does need to counter-attack Effort. That's the one thing that's weak about Effort's play right now, is it does open up the counter-attack, but he's got some lurkers for killing.
Oh my god, bro.
Well, this is crazy. So much damage at 3 different locations from this alien Zerg, really putting the hurt onto Snow. Losing that base at 3 o'clock is critical. He has got his natural third on the way, but currently he's barely mining.
Yeah, he's hardly mining.
You gotta be careful with the observer, man. He's gonna lose it, yes.
But manages to pull back at the last possible second. These Reavers here are crucial for this attack. He has to completely surround them.
Can't do shit.
With his
He lost his only observer.
Do everything he can to push through here, but it's not looking good, man.
Oh my god.
Is massive right now. He's got so many lurkers, so many Hydras. He's gonna run forward. Can he get the kill on these Reavers? He's gonna target them down.
Oh
Big
my god,
hits
yeah, this is
from
over,
the
bro.
Scarabs. He kills both of the Reavers and takes away a lot of the pushing power from Snow.
He does have a lot of Dragoons in that standing army.
This is
Still
so
another
fucking
lurker
over,
for the
man.
natural expansion, forcing the evacuation.
How do you
of
recover
Snow,
from this
draining
position?
the mining income of Snow right now. He's not mining in his main or his natural. There's been constant lurker harassment. Observer even missed the lurker in the main base just a moment ago. There's hardly any income for Snow
Snow's
while he
fucked,
tries
bro.
to stabilize back
Game
at
one.
home, which means he can't macro up a strong enough army to just walk over the defensive line of Effort. And this defense on the high ground from Effort is masterful. There's not been a lot of units up here, just some lurkers, some spores, a couple of Sunkers and a few Hydras, and it's stopping the Dragoons from getting up onto that high ground and keeping them pinned back towards this bridge location. Effort doing a great, masterful job here. Snipes the Observer as well, but there's still one Observer remaining. Snow has a chance of breaking through this tight choke, but can he do it?
Oh, the Observer goes down immediately. Great snipes here by Effort. Just delay and delay and delay, and he should be able to take this victory if he delays long enough, preventing Snow from getting any return damage after killing off his third base. Overlords here looking for more harassment opportunities. Looks like they might be able to find this third base.
Every time he sends a new observer,
a few Hydras, 4 Hydras.
Effort snipes it.
Deal with that cannon. Reaver going to be brought forward to keep this third base alive for now, but this push it's looking so hard for Snow right now. Can he
God.
hold this position? Just
Oh
one
my
Reaver
God.
in the mix, and all of these lurkers running forward.
So many Hydras here as well. They're very clumped up right now, but no Storm available. Just the one Reaver giving out some splash damage. It's not quite going to cut it. There's the shuttle speed kicking in at the very last moment. This was actually pretty well held by Snow. Overall, a lot of units went down there, and maybe Snow can start to push in.
Yeah, it was a really good trade there for Snow. Effort's got 2-1 upgrades. Snow just the +1 armor, I believe. So he has to trade masterfully to make this work. He's relying predominantly on those Reavers to do the heavy lifting with the splash damage because there's no Sonic Storm. He's starting to rip through the defensive line of Effort ever so slightly. Effort been macroing up like a man. Another lurker drop at the third, killing so many probes.
I'm surprised he still can do so much damage.
Absolutely insane the amount of harassment from Effort this game. They'll be jumping forward, trying to target those Reavers down. Snow shuffles them back, trying to get as much great connections with those Scarabs as possible. He's done a masterful job of ripping through.
Bro, hold on. How the fuck did he train in that fight with so many lurkers, man?
Speed kicking it very hard.
What? I wasn't paying attention because my kid count came in.
Reaver going to be brought forward to keep this.
There's lurkers here, plus Hydras.
This push is it's looking so hard for Snow right now. Can he actually hold this position? Just one Reaver in the mix and all of these lurkers running forward. So many Hydras here as well. They're very clumped up right now, but no Storm available. Just the one Reaver giving out some splash damage. It's not quite going to cut it. There's
the Hydra's overextended a little bit, no, I guess.
At the very last moment, this was actually pretty well held by Snow. Overall, a lot of units went down there, and maybe Snow can start to push in.
Yeah, it was a really good trade there for Snow, but Effort's got 2-1 upgrades. Snow just the +1 armor, I believe.
Dude, I was like, he's so fucking dead, man.
Work. He's relying predominantly.
Dude, that show has 7 HP, by the way.
Lifting with the splash damage because there's no Sonic Storm. He's starting to rip through the defensive line of Effort ever so slightly. Effort been macroing up like a man. Another lurker drop at the third, killing so many probes. 9 kills on one of those lurkers. Absolutely insane the amount of harassment from Effort this game. They'll be jumping forward, trying to target those Reavers down. Snow shuffles them back, trying to get as much great connections with those Scarabs as possible. He's done a masterful job of ripping through these Hydras with those Scarabs. He has a chance now at knocking out this base of Effort trying to get behind this army and shut off reinforcements at the bridge if he can. Now surges forth. Target fire down these Reavers is successful in doing so. He's thinning out the assault of the Barracks here. Just too much for Snow to continue, and he's struggling back at home to get enough mining.
Yeah, he's about to mine out, and Effort is continuing to shut down his bases while expanding into the top left-hand corner as well. Snow has no idea about this, and it's unlikely he's going to scout it either.
Later on.
There is the thing, like, Effort is running out of money as well, right? He
I'm surprised.
Mined out his third base. His natural main are not
Snow
far
still
behind that.
did in this game, but like,
I mean, both players kind of fall back and start to take more bases. Snow has the opportunity to take the top center still. That's on his side of the map, and it'll be very hard for Effort to shove across that bridge against Dragoon Reaver.
Oh, it's been so
at least
annoying
if he gets defilers out
the entire game. It's crazy how active Effort's being. Still churning away at over 400 APM is this Snow, barely keeping up with 300. But Effort is not mining as much as he once was. Did
he's gonna cut the
recuperate some of those deficits.
I saw what he tried to do.
Luckily, there's some units here with an Observer, but he does lose a massive train of probes. And he kills the Observer with Scourge.
And he snipes the Observer again, bro.
And with this island in the top left, that's going to be a big boon to
Effort. He's struggling so much with detection.
Snow in supply, and Snow desperate to get some kind of stabilization at these mining bases.
Is it too late to change my
he's on to see the base now.
My god, Effort is playing so freaking good.
It's crazy. Top left though with this Reaver.
Yeah, this Reaver drop is going to get something done for sure. These sunken colonies probably won't be able to
are going to snipe the shuttle.
Scourge are going to be here in a moment.
Oh my god.
Gotta run with that.
No.
Okay. Oh my god.
Oh, drop the Reavers, please. Thank you.
Does get it. But the Reaver...
And the Lurker drop again.
Again, back in with some more damage. Muta's being made now as well.
This is crazy.
Effort really knows how to turn the screw on a Protoss player.
I'm getting so many chills from watching this. I don't even know what's going on.
Oh, he's gonna try to snipe the Reavers? Are you serious?
Oh! This low HP shuttle barely scoops them up. Effort is playing out of his mind right now, saying, I hate to say a Toadacil, but a Toadacil. Look at this. This is absolutely amazing for him. He's got diamonds on the Reavers now. Mutant is going to be shutting down the Reavers in the backline while the Hydras mop up the Dragoons on the bridge. That's going to be a GG
Holy
from
shit,
Snow. He
man.
taps out the first win on the board for Effort.
God damn.
Wow. Effort.
What a first game,
So
bro.
scrappy, man. So incredibly scrappy. I mean, you don't expect to see a play like that from him at all. Going for the bust on the wall, the kind of fake out Hydra bust on that map, I thought it was an impossibility. You've got the high ground. It should be impossible for the Zerg to just come in there, kill the wall, and then back away into a macro play. You either go all in and just dive the cannons, or you don't. But Effort showed that there is a possibility of a middle ground. There is a transition opportunity, and the power of a lurker drop on that map, incredible, despite how many Corsairs were made in this game.
It's crazy how active he's being with these overlords and lurkers. Like, even an overlord with a lurker in the top right for a while as well. Like, Snow just couldn't even keep up with the task switching. Like, seriously, like, he's called the Alien Zerg for a reason. His play is out of this world, and most of these guys not able to keep up, and he's in full-on champion mode right now. Effort. Like, he's playing this like it's a finals. He's taking these games so seriously. There is, like, no fat on the steak at all. Everything is so crisp from him. Even when he is being suicidal with his Hydras, it's for good reason to either gain ground, force Snow back, snipe these Reavers. I mean, everything was just so amazingly well done from Effort. Snow wasn't even playing bad this game. Effort was just playing insane.
Yeah,
Man,
he was
the
playing
lurker drops and the
absolutely
constant
out of this world.
observer snipes.
Every
Holy
move,
fuck,
you
man.
know, we
Yeah,
saw some things like Hydras
multitasking,
running in,
multi-harass.
lurkers running in, maybe dying or whatever. But every time he did something like that, he was taking advantage of it by sniping observers, running forward with other Hydra groups to snipe down these Reavers. And I mean, he just played a fantastic game against a really unorthodox style, showing us exactly how it's done here on Screaming Sea.
Wow, yeah, just almost speechless with that game number one from Effort. I feel a little bit vindicated now. A lot of people didn't think that Effort had what it takes and thought maybe I was a little bit crazy in supporting this guy, especially against the likes of Snow, who really should be a champion by now. Seems like if Effort keeps playing like this, he might be getting that third star on his chest at this rate, Sam.
It's possible, it certainly is, but it's only game number one. This is a long series, and that was a crazy map. Can Effort do the same on some of these macro maps as well? We're actually going to get more insanity here soon, though. We got Litmus coming up soon. I guess that's, what, map number 3? Something like that? I mean, it's going to be so much fun, Shun. I got a big smile on my face. I can't wait for this series to continue. We're going to have a little bit of a commercial break, but when we get back, guys, it'll be match number 2. So happy that we've got Google as a sponsor here for ASL, by the way.
Yeah, I'm really stoked that we've got such big names. Gives us a lot of hope that this beautiful game, StarCraft, will be around for a very long time to come. We had Roaring Currents for game number 1, Screaming Sea. We'll be calling it probably Screaming Sea more often than not. But next up, we've got Metropolis, guys. That's Effort's pick. Mind that game 1 was Snow's pick, so now we're even going on a map that's more comfortable for Effort, and statistically speaking, it does have a pretty big edge towards Zerg against Protoss. I think it's 55 to 45. So if Effort picks up a quick 2-0 victory here, that could spell a little bit disaster for our Protoss boy. I hope it doesn't kind of pan out that way, even though I want Effort to win, and I expected him to win. I actually kind of want a bit more of a back-and-forth series. I was expecting a 4-2 victory here for Effort, but a 4-3 would be even more entertaining.
I believe in
Get
Snow,
rid of
man.
one
Although this Effort guy
player,
is
another
looking
one just steps into his place. It's like a
insane,
Hydra,
not
man.
gonna lie.
The moment that Sulky goes down, Effort steps into his place and is standing in the way of Snow once again. He's got to keep his cool, see if he can finally take home an ASL title. He did seem pretty composed even after that loss. Didn't seem to be too shaken there. But we'll see how it goes the rest of the series. If he gets another loss here, if he, like you said, loses on Metropolis, then will he be able to keep his mental game in check? Because as the series gets worse and worse, it becomes harder and harder to keep your head on straight.
Oh yeah, I mean, can you imagine being 2-0 down in a best-of-7 on stage like this? It must be such a dampener on your mood and ability to concentrate to the best of your abilities. That's the kind of thing you need, though, as a champion. That's one of the reasons why I like players like Best. No matter how dire his situation is, he always finds a way of coming back swinging like Rocky. And that's the kind of fighting mentality Snow needs to adopt here in this series. He doesn't kill nowhere anywhere near as much as someone like Mini, so I do have strong hopes that Snow's going to fight back strong in this series at some point. But the sooner the better. You do not want to allow Effort to pick up a quick 2-0 lead here. That will really start to make it such an insurmountable hurdle for you to overcome. So for Snow's sake, he needs a win.
Yeah, he absolutely does. He was hoping that he could leverage his insane Reaver control to just overcome in this first game on Screaming Sea, but despite that control effort, with the multitasking, the drops, and the excellent observer snipes they managed to pull off there, shuts down Snow and gets himself a win on Snow's map pick. Guys, we're gonna go to a short commercial break here in a moment. Get yourself a drink. Get ready for more epic action coming right up. All right, guys, we are back. Short little break there, but we're ready to jump into game number 2. Really excited to see how Snow wants to try to seize back the momentum in this series.
For what I understand,
going into
in simple
this
words,
map, Metropolis.
for
Can be a
PvC
bit of a
early game
difficult map. Can
is
be a
Protoss
troubling map
needs
when it comes
to
to play for sure. So we'll see if
Protoss needs the
maybe
intel.
Effort wants to continue to mix stuff like that in. It seems like Snow not quite
What
able
is
to keep up
Zerg
with them in
doing?
that last
Which
game.
is basically
I mean, that Ginger video would be even funnier if we saw
Two
a
things.
Zerglings being dropped into the
Besides,
main
like,
with
if they are
Overlord, and
going
that's
pull
somehow
first or
turning
hatch
into
first.
a victory.
If they
I
go
would just
hatch
be,
first,
kind of doing like mental.
can you go for a
backflips
cannon
as that
rush?
happens to
Can you go
We
for
have
a
seen
fake
lot of
cannon
Zergs
rush?
shy away from that kind
if they
of
go
trickery.
pull first,
From the map
make
first
sure to
was
spot when
debuted,
the
we saw
Zerglings
that
are
kind
coming
of
out, so you build your
shenanigans, but
cannons on
seems like we
time.
got shut down more often than not.
So that's basic.
a lot
The
of
real
Zergs kind
deal
of,
is
didn't even go for that anymore. Just
to
relying
keep your
on
prof
shutting
alive
Protoss from an easy 4th base
and
keeping
try
them
to
isolated in
see
their corner
if
of the map and
Zerg
taking
is
it to
going
the
for
distance.
lair,
Yes, you can go for drops
Spire?
in the main. It's a massive boot shake
and
main
then you go
base,
for
but
your
you necessarily need
Corsair?
to use that to still take advantage of Protoss here.
and sometimes they even go for double Stargate Corsair to overwhelm the muters and shit and Scourges.
49. I think that might be one of the
Or
closer
are they
pulls we've ever
staying
seen.
hatchery
Most of the time,
tech and they're going
the
for a
Koreans are
Hydra
pretty much
bust?
set on which
What
is
Protoss struggles
the
is to
leader,
scout
who
this,
is
to
the
get a
favorite
probe
to
in,
win.
a zealot
But
in,
here,
sneak it in,
completely
and
split
see
down
what
the middle.
Zerg is doing,
Slight
man.
edge
And
to
in the
Snow.
previous game, in the
I
past
feel
game,
like I
in the last
agree
game,
with the Korean audience here.
he
but
couldn't
Effort
manage to
putting
do
in
it.
a
He
great
tried
game
desperately
number
to
one.
do it.
He's
He
definitely got
couldn't.
the momentum.
Effort
We'll see if he can carry
made
it.
sure the pro could
I mean,
not
if Snow
sneak
wins
in,
this
kept
series,
his
it's gonna
Zerlings,
be
microed
pretty
his
hard.
Zerlings,
I mean, it would mean the whole series would be
and
pretty
didn't
close.
allow
No matter what happens, I'm going to be a happy camper. I'm just even more elated that Effort put on such a good showing on Snow's map pick in game number 1. Screaming Sea, I would say, such a flavorful map and very spicy. So getting to see that right out of the gate really sets the tone for the rest of this series now. Next up is going to be Metropolis, which is Effort's pick, and if Snow allows a 2-0 victory lead for Effort, he's in rocky shape. So I'm hoping that Effort will not be able to get this game, but we'll see.
1 second, BRB.
going right into it. ASL Season 20 relay between Snow and Ether. Game number 2 on Metropolis.
So yeah, basically it's that. If the Protoss player can figure out what the Zerg is doing, either Hydra busts in hatchery tech or they are teching to mute us, then it's fine, they can adapt, adjust. But the problem is when they don't know what's going on, and that pretty much happened last game, and this is why
Bottom right. You know,
Snow got in a
I don't
bad
know, man. I'm
spot
looking at Snow
and
right
still
now. He
pulled
looks
a really
very
strong
calm,
fight,
but
so
I don't really like the look in his eye. Or I don't really like
I don't think
the
this
way that
series
he's,
is like,
positioned here, his posture here.
I wouldn't say right
feel
now,
like
oh
he's
yeah,
almost
Snow is fucked,
mindful, but
Effer
I
will
hope
win
that
4-0,
I'm
you know,
wrong,
like
but
not at all, dude.
I've
It's
been
just
watching
that
Snow
sometimes
for
that happens.
many seasons, and I know.
And I
that
still
he's
think
feeling
Snow pulled a
confident, and
reasonable
then
fight,
He's feeling a little bit
considering
off,
he was in a very
or
bad
put
spot.
off in a series, but I hope that he's managed to put his head on.
But if he can
straight.
manage
He's still got
somehow
so many
to
games to go, he's got so many
scout
opportunities to take a win here.
What
This
Effer is
a
doing,
big one.
I think he has a
Number
solid
2
chance to
looks like he's going to be throwing down the gateway first.
for a comeback, basically.
Yeah, I hope you're wrong as well. I don't want Snow to, you know, be deflated at this
What's up,
point.
Frostpunk?
Maybe he was expecting a game.
Not right now, bro.
victory on that map,
Right now
since
it's
he wasn't fit. He had
ASL.
a strategy in mind and was thwarted by Ether in quite a significant fashion. Maybe his whole entire series was kind of banking on...
I might play a bit of Dark Souls 3 after this, I don't know, or it's not until tomorrow morning, I guess.
And we'll see a Protoss fighting strong here still. By the way, some of those signs in the crowd were seriously cute, especially the colored unit pictures and stuff. Like, I like that people go the extra mile to give us some of the best cheerfuls in the crowd.
Oh my goodness, Snow going to Nexus first. It's a overpull. You can get a cannon up before the Lings get to your natural. It is possible. He's probably going to have to double cannon though. This is a really risky opener, especially since Effort went
Nice dudes.
9 pool last game. And he's even going to get over here and scout now. The drone is
Nothing
on the
better
way.
than come
Snow
from
is heading in the
home
wrong
from
direction.
work
This is
and chill some
this
ASL
could be
games, you
pretty
know?
bad here, Shun. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to hold this off or not. He needs double cannon now.
He's put a lot of damage onto the probes, and now he could hit the cannon with the drone as well and put a couple of shots onto that to make it even easier to bust this. Yeah, he's going to do that. And this is the tricky situation when the Zerg gets the scout this early, and you get a couple of hits on that cannon.
Oh my
unless
gosh.
your Lings are really slow, it's quite easy to break that cannon. So Snow's going to have to pull at least a few probes to plug the gaps so that the Zerglings can't just kill this cannon before it finishes. So he's going to have at least one probe blocking that, so he definitely will keep this cannon alive.
Okay, nice.
So I don't think anything too dramatic is going to happen now. I feel like the early game has been navigated well for Snow.
Run by, run by.
Ooh. He's going to block it.
Oh my god, what? Those
Wow.
lasers went right through the probes, but he manages to block on the ramp.
Beautiful.
Really nice block there from Snow. I was kind of mystified.
I don't know,
there
man, I
at
guess,
first. The Lings ran right through those probes.
We'll never know.
At least that's what it looked like.
He was
to me,
very
but
close once to
good
get
hold.
S rank, but
And he gets away with making only one cannon as well, which is
he got
a little
sniped
bit
by
risky
his
in a situation
friend
like
Cauliflower,
this. The
so-
run by getting shut down is very painful for Effort. He just lost all of his early Lings for free.
alright, this is a very good spot for Snow now. This is a very good start. Nexus first,
He has to make more
he
links
held
now.
the links,
This is a bad
he
spot
blocked
for
the
Effort.
links.
Yeah, this is probably one
No
of the
prob
best
loss,
situations
nothing.
that we could have hoped for Snow. And I
This
was
is the
really
best
hoping
fucking
that
spot you can get
he'd be
as
beating
Protoss
it
against
in
Zerg right
number
now.
2. I didn't want it to be too much of a one-sided affair, and
So now,
get completely
the next step for
deflated
Snow
by
is
going
to
down
scout
2-0
what the
and
fuck
losing
Effort is
his
gonna do.
mojo
He has to
overall.
sell it out, so
Seems like this is one of the best openings he could have hoped for, getting away with Nexus first and a failed run by attempt from those Zerglings. He's in a great spot now. Zerg will have to play from behind pretty much, and
he's gonna put
there's
some
not
pressure
many
into the
options
first.
available
Second
to
cell is
Effort
coming.
besides just hoping for the best and playing his A game and trying to catch up in the
I
end
believe
of
in
the
Snow,
game.
dude.
There's no like cheeky shenanigans.
He has
can
to
go
win
for
this
anymore
ASL,
to
man.
punish
It's his
Snow. He
fucking
just kinda has to
time.
let it ride.
Now that
Yeah,
fucking
Snow
Sulky is
definitely
out.
in the driver's seat right now. He's going to be sending in a second zealot to that natural. See if he can slip by, get some more information inside this main base. See if there's a Hydra Den or not. While this other zealot is running interference
like him to try
over
to-
at the base.
oh, he's gonna lose that
try to go
zealot.
behind the minerals.
No,
He gets a drone kill though. One drone kill. Can he get a second drone kill? Huge kills here from
And he
Snow.
gets the probe inside. He's gonna
Getting
scout the
even
lair.
further as he sneaks the probe into the main. Dude, Snow is in a great spot right now. Absolutely
Needs to
fantastic.
keep that pro alive.
If he loses this game, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
If he loses this game, there's no way he's winning the series, guys. He should
Yeah,
definitely
probably
find
not.
a way of
That I
closing
agree
this
with.
out.
He has to win
Effort's
this
so
game.
good that maybe he'll
Because it doesn't get any
turn
better
around
than
the later
this.
this game goes, but definitely Snow in such a commanding position after this early game has panned out. Not only getting those 2 drone kills, but getting a full scout off with the probe in the main as well. I mean, that's just money for a Protoss. The one thing you're worried about as a Protoss is not having complete information and not being able to min-max things perfectly going into the mid-game. But if you do get that
Challenge
confirmation,
failed.
everything is just so perfect. All
Teardrop.
of your timings, and when you place down gateways, do you make any additional cannons? This is all super important for a Protoss player to find as powerful as a mid-game as possible. That's where most of their win percentage comes
Long
from, is
neck
the
below.
mid-game, similar to ZBT. But if you can get good scouting information, it shoots that win percentage up oh so much.
This is Hydra.
Just scout, man. Just choose
Effort
a
is
fucking
flipping the
cursor to
script.
scout. That's all you need
Usually
to do.
don't see a...
Sees the lair,
like
sees the
this
Hydra
doing
Den,
Hydra Den.
sees everything he
Generally
needs to
gonna
see.
be a
There's no Spire
but
right now.
He's going to switch it up now. Pops out a couple Hydras to defend these Overlords. He's got most of them back home. No kills on this Corsair so far. He sees everything though. And what's
So he's
going to be
taking
the
to,
answer
Storm.
here for Snow?
And
This is
eventually,
a bit of an economic advantage early.
Robo,
Press the issue with
Observer
something like a 2-base attack.
for lurkers.
Big 2-base attack. Big run by potential. Nope, not going to happen. 2 cannons are done. And so that would be a little bit too much pain for effort to try to run by.
Yeah, I mean, the Templar Archives is pretty crisply timed, so I don't think there's any like pre-storm bust timing that Effort can go for here. I think this is just a massing of Hydras and basically going spireless for as long as possible. Maybe he thought he couldn't, you know, play a more traditional Orthodox style with...
So that's already with +1.
That
That means they get to 2-shot Zerlings.
for the time being. It's got an Evo chamber here to Sim City. It's very hard for Zealots to get surface area with that kind of building configuration.
those are
but the
speed
third
lots
base
now.
is much more exposed, so I imagine Snow's going to want to hit that third base in just a
Speed lock
moment here.
upgrade
I'm not so
complete.
sure
+1
Edwards will be able to defend
complete.
it crisply, but we'll have to see.
Now he's playing on fire this game, bro.
Just 2 Hydras here in the natural. That's enough to hold back the... Oh, he's actually going to run by over here at the natural.
that's a lot of Hydras, bro.
Run interference for these Hydras. Start to kill
he
the
get
Hydras.
some
and
Overlord
the Corsairs
kills?
can go for the kills on the Overlords. Is he going to get one? Not quite. Just barely not able to get that kill. 2 Zealots managed to slip by. The rest are going to run back home.
Oh, imagine if
This is
he
really high level stuff from
did a
Snow.
solid run by to the
Fake
third
out
base
effort
while this
transfer
was
most
going
of
on.
those Hydras to the third base, expecting the weaker position to be hit like I did, but really it was just a bit of an alley-oop to set him up for getting some 2 Zealots into the main base. He's causing a lot of frustration and havoc on Effort's side of the map now. Effort in trouble. Is even a DT now out on the map. Could be slipping in to this third base, or at the bare minimum denying a 4th from ever going up.
Cape Boys incoming. Effort looks very well set up though. He should be able to defend pretty well. I mean, he's lost no Overlords from these Corsairs. Only 2 Corsairs were made. So it's not a huge commitment into Corsairs or anything like that. Doesn't need to get a massive amount of damage. The element of scouting here alone is going to be pretty worthwhile. But Effort's just done a very good job defending. He is setting up for a big macro game. He's got lots of drones popping out here. A counterattack making its way around the left-hand side. That's been not unspotted by Effort until now.
Denied.
The drone that was sent out to try and take the 4th. Corsairs coming into this base. He's going to go after the Overlord. 1 Corsair goes down immediately. Drones are going to start to fall. Hydra's coming in from the back. Decide how many drones are going to go down here. This is some good damage as a counterattack comes in towards the natural as well.
That's
That's
a lot of
little
Hydras,
bit too
though.
good of a defensive position. Will have
With
to turn
the
around and
Sin
back
City.
away, but Snow doing a good job of poking and prodding effort while he's
When
trying
does
to
Protoss
macro
get
up.
a third base?
Yeah, he killed
Has
like
to be
5
soon,
or
no?
so drones in total in that bottom left. Really impressive from Snow. Just his army movement alone is such high-level stuff. I can't even believe
Second
that Snow
evolution
is playing
chamber.
in this kind of composure as well. Like sometimes when you're far ahead in a game, you kind of get a little bit ahead of yourself and a bit cocky, and you kind of run it down a bit too brazenly. But Snow's actually being very tentative with how
He's not
approaching
overcommitting
this
it.
game and
He's
trying to
poking and
solidify his lead
living
without
on
taking
time.
Too many chances. And,
Alright, he's
this
not
could
gonna take,
propel him
his
into
third
a
base.
Great setup where he's able to get this third base online pretty much uncontested, as well as having such a strong mid game overall. Finally, that fourth base coming down from effort in the bottom left, and yes, Snow's going to get this third base on easily, but the next thing on the agenda for effort will be allowing this third base to go uncontested, but eventually challenging him for a fourth with a more late game phase in mind.
Yeah, he's definitely made a lot of drones to try and get this economy fully online.
Ooh.
Kate Boy sneaking
Boom.
into the 6 o'clock.
Boom.
No,
Come on, DT. Oh my god.
Alert goes out when you're getting killed like this, when you're losing drones like this. He's not got his screen
Holy
over
shit.
at this
11
third base.
kills.
He's building a bunch of sunken colonies, getting prepared
What the
for
fuck?
this 2-base all
What?
in, but he just now sees it. 15 kill DT, 16, 17 kill DT is
And
going to
he
go
escapes.
running
Are
out
you
of
serious?
this third base. Oh my god, it lives.
What a ninja DT,
And
man.
he's just now starting to pressure out on the map with additional units. Effort wants to remake drones, so no matter what happens,
he's gonna
he
get a
won't have
few
very
more,
large
man.
Standing army to fight against Snow.
Oh,
either.
come on, Micro.
Snow, if he wants to. Oh, he's gonna kill some drones at the fourth base as well. 18 kills, potentially 19. Finally shuts down that DT with 18 kills. That's crazy value for that invisible man.
If I make a YouTube account named long name
It
Vilo,
doesn't matter after killing that many
I
drones
mean,
for the time being.
you can try.
Puts in a little bit of turtle
I
mode
give
while
you
taking into Hive, wanting to go into a late game situation.
1
Snow's
minute.
Gonna bring the fight to him now soon in a big way, and it's really tough for the Zerg if you're behind your Sim City. While
Well, he
Storm is
hasn't
at your
seen the
door, it's
meme,
really
so-
easy to overrun the Zerg. So Effort gonna try and get his Hydras out
Has
in
he?
front while he still can, but I'm not so sure he's gonna hold against this
This
attack.
is a
Well,
strong
he's gonna have to snipe
motherfucking
observers.
ass push,
That's
bro.
really his only hope right now.
Please do
Big
not
storm
lose the
there on
observer.
2 lurkers. Gonna get a couple of kills here. Flank coming up, but Snow just gonna dive right on top of that. Oh, hold on. No observer there. Takes a lot of damage on
Yes.
these units.
Yes.
From these 2
Gotta be
lurkers.
careful, man.
Gonna go ahead and trap them back down in the corner. But this is buying a little time for effort. You know, he had to remake a lot of drones, so he wasn't
he goes
really
for the third
bumping
base,
out
no?
units
Hero
for quite
takes?
some
No.
time.
There's
Really hard to get
lurkers
up
on the
onto that
ramp.
high ground right there. Snow being very careful, very tentative, not
come
running
on, man.
it down,
Micro
not
the
trying to
fucking
just
observer.
dive on top of effort right here, and
Nice
trading
storm.
out a little bit with these storms, getting a few kills here and there, and just backing away, looking for another point of weakness.
And this is a great opportunity for Snow to snag that fourth base as well, while Effort is so focused on defenses. So he should pretty much get away with this fourth base for free by the looks of it. He's got army on both sides of the map. Effort trying to break through.
Oh, this is
on
a
the
nice catch,
right-hand
man. But
side
there's
now.
no observer,
There's no
no?
observers with these
Oh.
zealots. If he's not paying attention, he's going to lose so many zealots. Does pull those away eventually. Now starting to lay siege to this bottom left pocket. There is not enough defenses
Beautiful
here.
storms,
For Effort.
yeah.
He's trying to scramble some Sunkens by the hatchery. I don't think it's going to be in time. He's trying to egg block the ramp desperately, but he hasn't even got units going over there yet. He's waiting for a Nidus Canal to finish up, but will it even finish in time? I think Snow is going to break this base, Sam.
He's gonna break the base, and
Definitely.
even if stuff comes through the Nidus Canal, it's just gonna get stormed immediately. Just drop the storm directly on the Nidus, and everything that pops out dies. Here he goes. Snow killing off this base in the bottom left-hand corner. Effort has to counterattack. He doesn't have a choice. He's got to go for an attack. I don't see Templar at the third base, Shun. Maybe if Effort gets the kill on the third, there's a
There's a lot of
potential
units,
for him.
bro.
Oh, he's got some Templar in the rally point, though. He's going to try and target those down. Gets one of the High Templars with the Zerglings. Great target firing from Effort. But will it be 2-0 too late?
Snow has this game, dude. This is 1-1.
Effort needs to find something soon. There's even
and he's even going for his fourth like a boss, bro.
And he's just now going to scout with that Overlord. Some Zealots moving into position to intercept anything en route to that. Effort just wants to run it down onto that expansion, but the army that killed the bottom left is also withdrawing to come and support.
Even if he cancels these cannons, he does nothing, man.
As long as he's got an observer.
He needs a fucking observer, though.
To clean out this attack cost efficiently enough to really put Effort in a sticky situation.
There it is.
Yeah, this is a terrible situation right now for Effort. With that extra base going up, he can't really challenge it. He's trying to get a Nidus Canal up, maybe quickly Nidus into one of these bases and set up a defensive position.
Alright, so you need, first of all, Frostpunk, this is what you have to do. You need to make sure Avila knows about the meme, somehow sees it.
Over. Effort is going to
so they can, so then you can launch.
So, I mean, there's not much of a shot here.
Your long neck below.
Something against the wall. Send a few lings over to top left. Try to get some kills over there. But it looks like
trolling plan, you know.
Here comes the Nidus Canal finishing up, but he's just going to immediately target that. It's dead, and Effort is just done in this game. GG.
Beautiful. Let's go, man. Let's fucking go. 1-1.
Equalizer from Snow. Very impressive stuff.
I mean, I love Effort, dude, but I just want Snow for fucking once to win an ASL, man. If there's one player that deserves it, is this motherfucker, dude.
That's definitely a good sign now. We could have a really good series on our hands, like a 4-2 or 4-3, no matter who wins. Effort going to be thinking to himself where it all went wrong, and how did I let a Nexus first like that slip through my fingers in the early game? Now that he knows it's going to be in the mind of Snow to get away with a Nexus first occasionally in this series, it definitely changes the flavor of things.
But
and
you don't need him to stream
evaluate some of his previous assumptions.
For him to see.
I wonder if we're going to see
the
another Nexus first in this series, actually. Maybe Snow prepared that build.
You need to sacrifice an account on his Discord and put the image.
Versus Zergon, and
so he will obviously erase it, but he will see it.
I mean,
so now he will be aware.
This is just
and then when he
a
streams,
great opener from Protoss.
You can long neck Vilo proceed, you know.
Drones immediately. Oh, we're getting another shot of Emmanuel there. That's awesome. Two times, second time's the charm. Getting another look at his sign and his shout out to us. Very much appreciated. But yes, very good damage in the early game. Effort put against the ropes right from the beginning. I hope we're going to get a really nice even game here on Dominator. This is
not really, because he's not going to understand. The only thing that's going to happen is that he's going to wonder what the fuck does this mean.
So much
not long neck Vilo
can occur, and it is a really wild and interesting map.
Yeah, it's a Zerg favored map as well. Let's see what happens.
The only thing that he will understand or spot or
20 round of 8 between Snow
catch his attention is the Vilo at the end, but long neck, like, you know, he doesn't know. Yeah, he will wonder what's the meme about. Absolutely. But I don't think it will bother him much. At this rate, like,
Snow,
there's so many memes that one more, one less, you know.
Center, right, and I'm looking forward to this one a lot, Shun, because I struggle a lot on this map versus Protoss. I know that there's a pretty good, a pretty strong record for Zerg here, but I'm curious to see how Effort's going to approach this, and I'm definitely going to be taking notes.
Oh, you should. Yeah, he's a very strong macro Zerg, and I imagine he's got something cooked up for us here. I feel like the advantages of this map don't always come into effect until you get your
like every turtle.
Zerg. Like, once you
that's
get
a short
basis worth of production and start running it down, I think that this map becomes the strongest.
No, actually, turtles can.
We'll see how Effort wants to approach it. I mean, he might
long neck,
want to abuse the map in quite the same way as we would on the ladder. The reality is this is an ASL. Like, people play very differently in these offline tournaments than we would online. So he might have something totally different planned than I would be expecting. So I'm going to be watching him closely. It looks like maybe an 11 hatch from him to begin things off.
Yes,
That
that
does
is correct.
seem to be the choice here. Out of effort, 11 hatch is going to give you access to more early.
Oh, that's a scout.
Wait a second. 11 hatch at the third?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
12 out of the third.
12
Why?
hatch at the third. Okay.
Just to
So
be sneaky?
a little bit unorthodox. Nexus first again? Oh, oh my god.
This guy
No.
is
But
playing.
Is he gonna expand again? Is he going to do 3 hatch before pool? Can you imagine if he goes 3 hatch before pool? I don't think he will. But that would be hilarious if Effort does that. I think he's going to make a pool though.
Yeah, he made
Oh,
it.
he's gonna
Oh
scout
my
immediately.
gosh. Wow. The greed. The levels of greed here. I
From
mean, he
both
could have done it
players.
even greedier, but this is okay. It's not too bad. He's going to have a very quick hatchery at the natural, except he just took a gas as well. What am I actually looking at now? He's taking a gas.
That's a very quick guess.
Very quick gas after 12 hatch at the third base. This is a really tricky build from effort.
Yeah, I want to see what he's got in store. And
He's
does he have
going
to
for
play
a
keys
cannon
for
rush?
12 Nexus? I
No.
wonder. I mean, with
Why does he
taking
have
the
2
gas
pros?
this early kind of makes me think this might be
Oh, never
a
mind.
two-base
He was gonna
sled.
scout. Oh, okay, I see.
But it'd
He
be
was
so
gonna send the
strange
probe
to
to
go
the
for
other
two-base
way. He
sled
comes
with
back
faraway
now.
third. So really confused by the thought process here from Effort. I mean, I can understand him doing this while he's taking the natural, but taking the third and rushing lair, that's unusual. That's definitely outside of the usual thinking.
Yeah, there's the layer. Snow sees it. He knows there has to be another base somewhere. I think he just went up onto the high ground and saw the creep.
Just saw it.
And so he knows where the third is.
Like,
I feel like there's a lot of different ways you could take advantage of this as Protoss. This type
I mean,
of
right now,
attack
Snow is
on
like, okay,
2 bases this far
Sure.
spread out. It feels
let me make
kinda
my
weak. It
Stargates.
feels kind of gimmicky, honestly. I wonder
Where I
what
can.
Effort's gonna do. Like, is he just gonna go mutas and lings and try to ogre zerg the main, or what are we gonna see?
Maybe, but maybe this only works against the 12 Nexus, and that's why he's done it. He's quickly spotted the 12 Nexus opening from Snow, and he's quickly adjusted into that fast gas timing. As a result, maybe he would have played a bit more orthodox if this was a normal opening from Snow, but maybe he's got something very specific planned if it was going to be another Nexus first in a row, and he's got it kind of mapped out where he can get away with this cheeky distant third into fast fire. I mean, there's something that Effort sees in the Matrix code that we
I
don't
think
see.
Snow's gonna scout the rest of the map. He's
Looks
probably
like he will take
confused.
the natural now.
I'm not
They
sure,
go to
but
the third base just a little bit.
no, he's not.
Slower.
I thought he was actually gonna go
After
check all
this
the other
fire.
bases.
It's
Like,
almost
are
like
you
a-
hiding
The
another
2.5
base?
hatch
What
we're
is
seeing
this?
here, modified
little bit.
versus Terran build with a kind of a weird placement here over at the third base, but Snow's just gonna pretty much play normally. I mean, he should be in a good spot as long as he reacts here, has enough Corsairs, you know, makes a cannon in the main, makes one at the mineral line in the natural, that sort of thing. Just make sure he doesn't get bullied or bowled over by Effort. This is a good opportunity actually to make double.
Look at the map awareness of
Stargate.
Effort
Like,
right now,
This
dude.
would be a great game to make 2 Stargate actually. Funny to see
All those lanes
the
spread.
player's gonna throw that out in some kind of less than optimal situations.
He was
but this
hunting
on the
for
other hand,
salad,
would
I
actually be a
think.
good situation to throw that down.
Yeah, maybe. It
was a
does
6 split,
seem
man.
like he's going to be doubling down into that Spire Tech. He's mining gas at his third base location, which is his second base. Going to be
Cannon
kind of
mineral
transitioning
line.
with this natural also being
First
taken
Corsair is
to go
out.
straight into. So it's
We'll
kind
try
of like
to
a
hunt an
3-base fire,
Overlord.
but it's like a 2.5 hatchery timing, like you were
Oh.
saying. Oh, catching a Zealous is actually a pretty big deal. Snow cannot afford to make another mistake like that. Yes, he got the Nexus first here, but you can't just throw away Zealots for free in these situations. And now that he's up against a potentially Ogre Zerg style, oh, please tell me that Corsair is not in the park. Okay, I think he's going to get away with that Corsair. I thought for a second the Mutinous would intercept that ever so slightly and get some moving shots to weaken it. But it seems like everything's going to be okay for Snow.
He's going 3 cannons in his main, man.
lines to stabilize.
He's not fucking around.
Effort's going to want to be super annoying in this game. So before Snow gets enough count of Corsairs, he's going to be on the back foot a little bit. But he has got a second Stargate going up in the back of his main base to do what we thought he should. And kind of get some air dominance.
Ooh, there we go. We get to see the micro here from Snow. Going to be flick shotting as he tries to run away
there's
from
so
the
many
Scourge.
scourges.
This is some micro. We saw it a little bit there at the very beginning of the fight. There's some micro that really only Snow can do. Like, he's the only one we've seen really pull it off. He's going to be doing it here as the Mutas come in. They've killed one cannon, just one cannon. Going to back away from these Scourge. He's doing a great job of avoiding these Scourge, man. And the gas is running out of the tank here for effort. Like, this is a pretty huge commitment to go in like this with the Ogre Zerg play. And now 3 cannons in the main. And he's got the... Oh, he's just going to send one Corsair to go and scout everything.
Wants to scout.
I see. Very good.
If there's a Hydra
Snow
switch or
just get the
something.
confirmation, see exactly what's happening behind this. And he's going to see one drone at the natural. He knows how all in effort is, and he knows what a good position he's in.
Yeah, he did squeeze out a few
Beautiful.
just before
Reactive
that.
play so far.
Maybe thinking about transitioning and throwing it down a macro hatchery, but his initial plan was basically to pull the trigger on some kind of all-in with Zerglings to break after the Mutalisks had done their job in picking off some of the cannons, and the Scourge managed to find connection on the Corsairs. But as you say, Snow played so good there, basically just breaking the ankles of effort every which way. Going to be intercepting one of these Corsairs out on the periphery, though. Not allowing that to get back to the
Bro, are you serious? Mutas are faster?
Not the worst case scenario here for effort. He's going to find
No
one
way,
of those,
right?
with 5 Zealots moving out and Corsairs.
Oh, you gotta be careful, man.
Putting some pressure onto effort at long last.
Okay, he has +1, so...
Yeah, this Corsair way down in the bottom left is actually...
It was not a bad trade for double Hydra Den.
That's
double
kind of crazy, but I think
upgrades
that
at the same
it's
time.
pretty easy for Snow to come in and actually scout this. He's going to take this fight
Oh,
down.
these Mutas!
Oh my goodness.
He took the bait
All
for the
these
Zealots.
Mutas. Every Mutas going down here.
Oh my god,
Right
our
control,
Mutas are
so
pretty much gone, bro.
much anti-air splash there. He is going to come in and see
Now he's
the
gonna try to
popping.
murder
They're
some
just
Overlords.
in time to defend
Oh,
the
those
Overlords,
Hydras, man.
But, I mean, this is so many Corsairs. You
Oof.
cannot defend those Overlords, and so many Overlords are going to
Can
end
now
up
send
falling
Dark
so hard
Templars
blocking
if he
effort,
wants.
no doubt.
Wow, GG, man.
Ooh, the 2 Stargate Corsair comes out in the perfect situation.
I'm so
Holy
proud of
shit.
Snow fighting back strong, especially against a monstrous Zerg that is Ether here, who's been absolutely thwarted. Yes, he kind of did some cheeky Nexus first to get here, but still, the kind of risks you need to take. Effort just reassessing things now. Headphones are off. Maybe just getting his ears a chance to cool down after that. Can't even imagine how hot you get on stage with the lights and cameras in your face, and you got to play at like 300, 400 APM. Must be pretty intense. But he's going to go over that replay, see where he went wrong. I think I understand the idea there from Effort, but it turns out that punishing a Nexus first just as hard for Zerg as it is for Terran.
Yeah, it can be a real struggle, and this is what I was talking about earlier with all the games versus
I think he's
Soulkey
gonna open,
coming in handy now. Like, he's really cautious in
I don't
the
know
way
what
that
the
he
fuck, like,
plays.
the thing is
he's
that
very
Snow has
reactive to what
gone
Zerg
Nexus
is
first
up to.
2 times in a
These
row,
sneaky
man.
plays
Unpunished.
that Effort is trying these past 2 games, not
And
really
both
working out
openings
for him.
from
They're not
Effort have
catching
done
Snow off
nothing
guard
against him.
because he's seen the best. He's seen Soulkey in so many different games. You know, trick him, fake him out, go for Ogre Zerg plays like this, and he is very quick to react and react appropriately.
I mean, so far so good here from Snow. The next map's good.
Yeah, because the play there is
A
that
bit more of a spicy
you rush
variation
Muta
than Dominator.
Scourge,
Will also be providing us exactly what it
you
states
try
in the
to
name.
kill
what it says
the
on the
Corsairs.
tin.
Like, the
Have a
Scourges
limit
kind of
test
zone
for
out
rest
the
of this
Corsairs, the
series.
Mutas
I
snipe the
imagine
cannons,
whoever
and once
wins this next
that
game
happens,
might be very
you
much a
swarm
strong
with
contender to take the
links
whole
and
thing
more
Snow wins
Mutas.
again. I really don't think
and eventually the Barracks just dies because it doesn't have the cannon support, and the Scourges help to fight the Corsairs. So I think that's the idea, the play
just as like
effort attempt to do there, but
so I think this next map
Snow
might
was
end
more
up
than ready,
deciding
man.
the entire series, no matter who wins it.
Yeah, Snow is looking fantastic, guys. I'm really glad to see him performing at his best and going for double Nexus first. He's gonna have to switch it up now. I mean, I can't.
There's no way he goes for
This
Nexus
is like
first
the mind
against.
game. This is the poker aspect of Brood War, right? Like,
Yeah.
certainly not 3 times in a row, right? So then
Who
why,
knows,
why
man?
would
I don't think so,
go for
but
something like a 9 pool to try and punish, right? Because he knows there's no way Snow would go for Nexus first again. But then that's why he goes for Nexus first for a 3rd time. And then he gets it. Yeah, this is the poker aspect of Brood War, guys.
I've watched a lot of poker in my time back in the day, and I can tell you there's some maniacs out there that make it work even when they're just shoving all in pretty much on any 2 cards just because of the tournament situation that they're in. They sometimes still just, get lucky and it pays off, and, you create enough of an image, a table image in that case, and it can really put pressure on your opponent and be thinking from behind rather than thinking of ways to get
it also
one up on
depends
you.
a lot of the next
I hope
map.
Effort is going to throw in something like a 9 pool speed eventually. The problem is you might do that at the wrong time, right as we see no more Nexus first from Snow. So it's possible we see something crazy out of Effort and he just goes for like a 5 pool and then completely falls flat on his face because it's a quick 11-12 forge or something. So, I mean, there's no real right or wrong answers because at the end of the day, it is a bit rock, paper, scissory with incomplete information in that sense.
Absolutely,
But
man.
it still comes down to skill.
I have no idea what they're gonna do.
Luck at the early game stages, and on a 2-player map like we've got coming up in Litmus,
Oh, it's a
even
2-player
harder
map,
to
okay.
obfuscate that kind of thing, like going for something like a 9
There's
pool
like no
speed. So
3 spawns, 4
kind of effort
spawns.
has to go for like a 5 pool or just not at all. Like, I don't think a 9 pool would be good on Litmus.
Just like poker, you need a bit of luck. Skill and hard work will only take you so far. So far, Snow has been a little lucky with the Nexus first. We'll see if that luck continues. I am for game number 4. This epic series. Snow has taken the lead and is looking really on point. Has everything that Effort wants to do in the back of his mind. He's
Has backfired.
cutting out the possible scenarios and ruling out what's coming, what can't be in his build order, and finally figuring out what's going on. Effort, he's shown a lot of interesting plays. He's shown a lot of tricky Zerg style, but is he really going to be able to take on Snow, who has so much practice against players like Sulky?
Yeah. I mean, the reality is Snow's come such a long way in Protoss versus Zerg. I'm really proud of Snow. He's been so dominant in PvT and pretty good in PvP in times past, but really struggled against Zerg thanks to Sulky especially, but has really improved himself. Like Barracks, he's come a long way too. We've got so many great contenders here in the round of 8. It's kind of hard to pick your favorite. I'm sure you guys are fans of some new players you didn't quite expect. I think both players are just about ready, guys. We are going to be jumping into it, the ASL Season 20 round of 8, game number 4 between Snow and Effort. And the map is going to be Litmus. Let's get it going.
Litmus.
Snow spawning in bottom right. Effort over in top right. This map
Hype is real, man.
definitely favors some more creative styles of play.
A lot at stake here.
You've got plenty of different options here with how you want to approach all matchups, really, but this matchup as well. There's the potential here for an extremely powerful 2-base Protoss timing. Just want to throw that out there. With that second gas in the main, you can make an insane
This is
number
the map
of
with 2
Templars
gas.
for that attack. and it can be
in the main
incredibly
plus
difficult
the
to stop.
gas in the natural.
Yeah, let's just quickly do a rundown for these
So you
guys
can, like,
about what's so different about this map. So
Attack
you've
real
got
quick.
these 2 gas guys in your main base, but
Make
they
a
have
bunch of
3,000
fucking
apiece,
Archons,
which
high
means it only
templars for
takes
Storm
3
or
workers
whatever.
10 minutes to mine out each of those. So you could try and mine both of them and get a massive intake of gas all at once, or switch over from mining one to the other to have a few extra minutes of gas mining time total before you need an additional gas. So there's lots of different ways of approaching
Archon,
how you
high
match
Templar
your build
Storm
order
combo.
here.
I don't know.
But
Something
there's also this like back lane
around that
to
line.
your base with
Actually,
the
Archons,
secondary
I don't
map, which
know.
has a mineral patch and a stasis cell.
They don't use too
which
many
you can use the
Archons.
mineral patch to glitch units
this
over
matchup.
and get them inside the main base behind the defensive.
They
line
actually
of your
storm and
opponent. So
then
definitely open to a lot of
when they are out of
shenanigans
energy,
here.
they make the Archons.
Was that overpool with gas? What we just saw?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Well, this is interesting. I mean, this is not good enough to punish a Nexus first, but it's not Nexus first anyway.
It's Forge
so,
first.
Let's
Yes,
get
no, it's
in
not
here,
gonna.
see the build. This looks
Risk.
to me
A
like
stupid
we're
loss.
gonna have another Mutalisk play from.
I think so, yeah.
But I think that's exactly what Snow's gonna be thinking as well, and so Effort may want to change up his game plan.
Just to get the speed, actually. Yeah, for a second I thought this was going to be like a Zerg versus Zerg build from Effort, but it does look like it's going to be speed initially. Super curious. Wait, no, he can't be doing that. For a second there I was wondering, is he going to do like a 2-hatch Hydra play? And then I realized he's probably not going to be doing that because you wouldn't want to open up overball gas into hatchery for a 9-1 build. And yeah, I don't know exactly what the plan here is from Effort. I guess he just wants to obfuscate a 9-7-3 by having things speed up. But he's actually got drones coming out across the map. He actually does want to glitch Zerglings behind that stasis field, it looks like, Sam.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
the
gonna
same
try that.
bullshit that.
Snow better build a pylon in this main base. Snow. Okay, he's sending a probe back here. He's sending a probe
Wow,
back here.
and this.
He,
Wow.
he actually needs
Holy
a
shit,
pylon in
man.
there because he can't build a cannon in the
He's
main
sending the
base
probe
yet.
to see that.
He will have, yeah, he sees it, he sees it. This is pretty transparent, the way that Effort's gone about it. Snow knows 100%. He's hitting the Ling. Oh my gosh, he's dealing damage to the Ling. Oh my god, the Ling actually glitched out there coming over the wall. Oh man, this is a little bit rough right now. He's buying so much time, and it's so hard to get these Lings over. This is the problem with this a play like this. It takes a lot of time to get over with enough Lings to actually make it impactful. 2 Lings is all he's managed to hop over so far, and there's going to be a cannon in the main soon.
I'm just going to be real with you. It's
Beautiful
Zerg is the
defense.
hardest race to do that with. Like, it's so much easier to get a Zealot or a Vulture over that mineral field with a worker glitching it out. So hard to do with Zerglings. It's kind of a miracle that he managed to get 2 in here at all.
I don't know how the glitch works, but the thing is that you have to do some sort of glitch, whatever, with a worker to sneak, whatever, zealots, vultures, zerlings, with that fucking green statue or whatever.
And yeah, with that cannon there, there's pretty much nothing he can do.
We saw Mini doing that
Is
to
he going to go Lurker Bust?
Barracks
He's got a
in this map.
and a lair on
And
the way.
sneaked
Is he going
in
to try
2
and Lurker
zealots.
Bust the natural? I'm
and did
curious.
massive damage.
No way. Is he gonna? Okay, say it. Hear me out.
Yeah.
He
He's
could
gonna
glitch over
lurker
lurkers
bust,
over
yeah.
the back stasis wall. He's gonna glitch them out. Go into the main base of lurkers. This could be crazy.
Exactly.
Whoa.
This is like
I
a
didn't get this. What?
Nothing he can do. Is he gonna go lurker bust? He's got a Hydra Den and a lair on the way. Is he gonna try and lurker bust the natural? I'm curious. No way. Is he gonna? Okay, say it. Hear me out. He
He's
could
gonna
glitch over
lurker
lurkers
bust,
over
yeah.
the back stasis wall. He's gonna glitch them out. Go into the main base of lurkers. This could be crazy.
Exactly. This is like a, okay, I'm gonna try to lurker bust you in the front. If it doesn't work, if you're way too prepared in the front, we're gonna go around to the back. So it's a lurker bust with a potential for a secondary follow-up. And
Yeah.
this makes sense as a follow-up, but I'm very curious to see whether Snow will be ready for it. Like, he should be right on his toes here. Like, he should be ready
for something crazy to come. Because he knows that effort is in a really bad spot if he just wants to sit here and play a normal game. And look, he's even sending 2 probes back here. What are the 2 probes necessary for? He's gonna hop a probe over. Oh, he's gonna go scout. Dude, this is so smart.
He's gonna see the Hydras.
Oh, dude, Snow. I love Snow so much. Absolute god.
Right? Yeah, he sees.
God tier Protoss player. Snow's gonna win a championship, I swear.
If I'm not mistaken, you can actually hit the natural probes with lurkers kind of like on that water's edge beneath where the natural expansion is as well. So even if he can't get the lurkers into the main base for whatever reason, he can harass the mining of the Protoss from back there still. Might be seeing some success in this lurker play, regardless of it being scouted. We'll have to wait and see.
Let's see if he builds a cannon behind the mineral patches. I think he will. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Snow. Let's go. Oh my god. He's handling this perfectly.
He sees the fucking X morphing, man.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, well, the real question is, does he even get the lurkers to glitch over the stasis, or does he just kill the stasis and go, or he's going to stack them and try and get them in this way? There's a few ways you can get these lurkers over here. He's kind of doing the droneless style.
Look at all the shenanigans you have to do. But there's 2 cannons.
Get the lurker into that
He's like, yeah, I dare you, son. And the setup to block the ramp.
I don't think he can do that anymore. Maybe he can get it onto the far left
Wow.
and hit like 1 or 2 patches, but not the entire lower edge of that mineral line as he wanted.
This is utter domination. Oh my goodness. He's doing a fantastic job. He got 2 kills. Wow. Alright, I guess that cannon wasn't built low enough. He didn't build that far enough down, but he's gonna go and put on some pressure right now. Might lose the... Yeah, he does lose the Corsair. Gonna go right in here, start to kill some drones though, and I mean 2 lurker eggs not really gonna help out too much. They're gonna force all the drones away. Zealots go into the main base, it looks like. And the Dragoon gonna keep hitting drones here in the natural. And I guess eventually he's gonna unmake those Hydras from lurkers and kill that Dragoon, but this is critical damage right now because
these 2 cells are annoying as fuck right now.
To hurt his own economy by going for this
that fucking lurker though.
That it's going to be super hard for him to actually get out of this situation.
He's targeting the forge? Oh, he gets 1 lurker, man.
Not paying attention, and he loses 1. Not even going to be able to kill that. Oh my god, he's going to lose the 2nd lurker? No. Not even going to be able to kill the forge then.
That's crazy. I mean, oh yeah, you can see the lurker can only be on the left-hand side there, so we can't shut down mining of too many patches. Just need to clean that out now. Snow is playing out of his mind today.
He's on top of everything, man.
Number 1, effort completely outplayed him, but since then, Snow has just been hold my beer mode.
Let's go.
And going ham. He definitely
gets the other lurker,
play like
man.
this from effort with how his scout timings were lined out. Maybe in his preparation matches, guys that have been helping him, and even in his own process, he's been thinking very critically about how is
fucking timing.
Try and be sneaky.
Speedload, Dragoon, Storm.
Kind of figured it
gotta
out
be careful
more
here.
often than not. And unfortunately for Ether, he's not finding his footing in this series anymore. He is looking to go down 3-1 at
He
this
needs
rate.
Dragoon range,
This could be
I
a
guess, no?
4-2 victory for Snow, maybe even a
this is
4-1
gonna
at
go
this
for it.
rate.
He's
It's
like,
crazy
fuck
how
you.
good Snow is playing.
These are +1 cells.
He's going to take a lot of damage on these Zealots. He's desperately trying to save the Forge, but it goes down. Not able to get that.
That was not a good trade,
done,
man.
And he loses a lot of Zealots there. That was definitely not worth it.
No, not at all.
Really good trade for effort, but is that enough to come back in a situation like this? I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I'm not so sure.
I don't know why he was trying desperately to save the Forge. Like,
realistic transition here.
I mean, he already has
There's
+1.
not enough anti-air defenses back at home. We've got that safety cannon though in the mineral line already from the early Zergling and Lurker shenanigans. So already Snow kind of lined up to help deal with this. Let's see if
he asked
we can get
Corsairs
another
for the mutas.
out in his fleet to start thwarting this. Oh, he catches one of the Corsairs! That's huge, even though he's dealing with these Lurkers quite well. He has to also deal with these Mutalisks, and losing that Corsair could be critical. If he catches another Corsair with this next pair of Scourge, that could be disastrous for Snow. Needs to be super careful. It's also great that he's got this cannon towards the ramp kind of providing some zone control and protection to High Templars and other units in transit from his gateways.
Yeah, he's got a ton of cannons here. All were necessary at the time, but they're actually going to give him quite a bit of defenses back at home. Generally, if you're playing against Zerg, against Protoss, you're not going to want to make this many cannons because it's going to put you behind in your gateway ads. But now they're just kind of going to give endless benefit here to Snow. He's going to go ahead and grab 3 drones on the gas geyser at that 3rd base. We'll see if Everett even picks up on that. He might not notice, and then not mine gas for a long time.
I hope the guys can still hear us.
Oh. Those fucking scourges, man.
I can still hear you
guys. I'm just blown away by how well Snow is
fucking High Templar,
this
man.
series. He's actually targeting down his own citadel to clear up the gas mining for himself right now.
Well, he doesn't need it anymore. He's got speed load, he has the temporary cards.
So it's okay to have to kill that for himself.
Shun, can you hear me?
Oh, I thought you were the one lagging.
Okay, but I'm the one streaming, so they can still hear me. For sure. You don't need to talk. It's all good. We're still working on this live streaming thing, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by and joining in the live stream. Those of you who are here on
we got another
Super
fucking
Live
observer,
right now.
man. It's crazy
Scourge gonna fly in
how
here,
good this guy
try
is
to
at
get some
sniping
connections.
those.
Did manage to snipe down the Observer with those Mutus and Scourge, and now he's been driven back here into the natural. Dragoon number is getting kind of pumped up here by Snow, who will be looking to bust out here shortly. He's going to take advantage of that 3rd gas. It's a very critical moment.
Oh my
gosh, he's going to dive
Dives
into
and
High
gets
Templar.
2 High Templars,
with
bro.
just a couple of lost Hydras.
Oh my god.
Effort's actually, he's making this work, man. This is kind of crazy that he's able to recover from this really
I wasn't looking, obviously.
kind of
God damn,
desperate
that
all-in-ish
hurts, bro.
type of play, like going for early lurkers,
This
trying to
is
hop
not-
over and it not working. How is
Hydra's
he making this
incoming,
work
like-
still?
I don't
You
know,
need
maybe it was
Storm,
like a glitch in
bro.
the Matrix, and that's why we started
gonna
lagging, saying, like,
snipe another
Eva is fighting
observer.
back strong, engaging his alien brain to disrupt the ebb and flow of this game. He's got a massive drop lined up for the main base as well. This
Oh my
could be
God.
huge in Sim City to block and make it hard for the transit. He's going to dive into the natural with some units and force some storms and distract Snow for a few seconds while he loads up these overlords and gets them into the main base. Now the Corsairs are not in position to pounce onto these overlords. They're going to be dropping into the main as well. This could be a critical moment. He's sniping a High Templar in the natural where he does this. Snow has such a hard job of getting in here to defend efficiently of all of his Sim City, blocking the path, slowing down the units from transiting. Can he kill enough critical infrastructure like the Nexus, like the core, to make this worth it? The Templar Archives would be a
Sure
great
needs to
pick
go
as well. Even
back
just
home
training
and snipe
units
these
would be a
fucking
good win
overlords,
for
man.
effort. Seems like he's not trying to pick off any buildings besides doing trades right now, and he has denied mining for Snow temporarily.
That's a nice
so he'll
one.
be mined out in his natural quicker than his main at this rate, and Snow has no 3rd base. If he contains Snow on these 2 bases, this could be a win for effort.
Absolutely, man.
He's definitely headed that direction, and Observer goes down. He needs to desperately defend these Observers. Having a hard time.
Bro,
getting
he's
down
losing
to
Observers
the
left and right,
Their
man.
Effort may want to go for another
Same thing
follow-up
happened
drop
first
to that
game.
main, so he's adding on more cannons. 2 cannons wasn't enough earlier, though, and so the Corsairs have gone back home to make sure that a drop cannot continue. Are we going to see Lurker drops into these mineral lines as well? Yes, here they are. Lurker drops.
Wow.
Directly into the mineral line, but maybe a little too early. Snow's still on his toes and paying attention to something like this that could be coming in. Here comes a drop into the
beautiful
natural
storm, let's
mineral
go.
line. Huge storms as all these Hydras run in, but the kills from the Lurkers are insane. So many kills. Nice target fire. They're killing every probe in the mineral line.
Oh my god, dude.
Wow, Snow has to go.
Oh,
Snow
this
has to
hurts.
go. He has to attack. There's no way he can allow this to ride. He has to try and punish effort.
He has
while
to
he
counter,
still
man.
can. He will otherwise be isolated
lost
into his base
so
and lined out. He
much
has to
here.
pull the trigger and try and do a massive counter attack before effort can stabilized. He's going to drop into the main base again, but Snow finds that army and stops it in its tracks from pulling something like that out of the bag, and now he's going to kill a lot of these Hydras in transit as the Corsairs also start to mow down the Overlords in the sky with the neutron flares. Fighting back in a strong way right now is Snow. Supply blocking.
He gets the high Templar again,
man. For Snow to go on the counter offensive and stamp out Effort before he can get his macro off the ground.
Effort threw away a lot of Hydras trying to dive into that natural while the drop was going on. It was a great distraction, but does he have enough back at home? Some amazing snipes here on the High Templar. He doesn't get that last kill, but he's
has he got detection? Okay, he has one observer.
Storms here. In fact, there's no storm.
Don't fucking lose it again,
on
man.
Come on. Templar at the back.
No, he's gonna lose it.
Dragoons to just shove through. I don't see a round of Zealots making its way forward to support this army, but Dragoons are on top of the hatcheries. This is usually going to be a bad situation for the Zerg player when they start to lose control of their own hatcheries. That production line becomes
my god, the lurker dropped again, bro.
Another drop here into the natural. Are you kidding me? Effort doing this all while being overrun here in his natural. Dragoons are on top of the production. I think Snow has done it despite losing so many probes. He's going to be able to get in here and kill the production of Effort.
Absolute nerd chills right now. A massive counter-attack from Snow. Exactly what he should do in that situation. Putting himself into a 3-1 match point scenario. Just one more game needs to be
so fucking intense, man.
Protoss chat, foot clapping gamer to go all the way. I think if he does
Snow.
The Effort here, he's a very strong contender to smack down Barracks in that semi-finals as well. We could be seeing Snow as a shoe-in finalist at this rate if he's playing this good. For a second there,
Effort is insane, man.
Had clawed his way back from death.
He's so good at sniping High Templars, observers, dropping, multitasking.
Well, would probably crush most Protoss players on the planet, but not Snow.
And he was making it happen, man, after the early game in favor of Snow.
Effort is so scary, man. Remember, this was a crazy opener from him. Overpool with gas into a fast layer, or fast speed, then into layer, try to hop over into the main, then go for lurkers, try to hop over into the main. Like, it's crazy what he was able to do in this game and still make it very, very close. But Snow managed to clutch it out. We're gonna go to knockout next, guys, and this series is turning out to be everything I'd hoped for.
Yeah, another round of taking off their headphones to cool down his circuits a little bit for Effort. He's going to need to dig deep to win 3 games in a row. Now we're on match point, and knockout might be a poetic way of
I can play a little bit of Dark Souls,
this tournament at this rate. I still feel like he's capable of coming back 3 games in a row, but Snow just looks so good right now. I'm so impressed by Snow's ability to improve in that versus Zerg matchup. We're going to be jumping right into it, guys. The ASL Season 20 Round of 8 game number 5 between Snow and Effort. And the map, it's knockout. Let's get it.
No, Frostpunk, the question is, can these guys defeat Avalon?
Snow, spawning bottom left.
Dude, I would love to see one of these replays
in the bottom right.
With their point of view, man.
Let you guys know that we have
these games, watching their perspective will be insanity.
We actually don't get paid to do these ASL casts. We
400, 500 ATM going crazy, man.
The links on the video on YouTube as well. None of them go to us. None of the money from those Patreon pages go to us. If you want to support us as casters, you have to go to patreon.com/SaiyanShunDuoCast. SAIYAN Duocast. And we'd love to have you guys.
No, Prime,
if you just want to join
us,
remember, we've also got
Baby
the
girl.
spoiler-free schedule there. You guys can go take a look at that. And avoid Liquipedia, because you will end up getting spoiled if you're going over there and you're not coming in for the live cast.
Yeah, if you're not watching this live on superlive.com/sctven, you will be spoiled if you check this out while watching the YouTube premiere or something. So do not do that. And come and support us over on that Patreon page. Our PayPal links are there. We really do appreciate all the love and support. Just one more time, that's Saiyan Jun Duocast, SAYANXUN Duocast. It's honestly been so humbling seeing you guys support us this much, and also even Emmanuel in the crowd with the signs as well. Big love and shout out to you, my guy. Thanks so much, guys.
Absolutely. Now, Effort is gone for a 9 pool. Looking to punish a Nexus first here, Snow.
But Snow is not taking any more chances,
greedy,
bro.
Has thrown down a Forge
He's
first.
like, nah,
So
I'm going
the
Forge first, my guy.
back-to-back Nexus first play from him.
Nexus first
He's
2 times
switched
in a
out
row
of that
already
style.
paid off.
He knows how far
Because
that's
now
gonna
he's
get
taking
him, and it's actually pushed
his
Effort
decision making
to play
throughout
a
this
lot
series
more
has been
aggressive. It's forced him to go to a
flawless.
place like this where he has to, kind of cut into his economy, and that's putting Snow into a great position. This is all going to plan, according to Snow.
And he's slowing down these Zerglings with his scouting probe perfectly. And yes, there's some value for Effort forcing 2 cannons out of the Protoss. That's a pretty big deal. It's not too bad here, but with all things considered, this is technically a
Does
vote on
he
the
cancel
win for
1
Snow.
cannon? Nah.
There's no real way these Lings can get in and do a run by and do damage. They're literally relegated to just helping him get a 3rd base unharassed.
He knows where the Zerlings are, but no, he
Maybe
doesn't.
slowing down the Protoss a little bit by forcing these 2 cannons. But
Cannot
besides
risk
that,
it, I guess.
Snow going to be enjoying a custom position. I like this from Effort though. He's taken the
His Nick is
top right
1
neutral
drone.
as his 3rd.
Has to
Maybe
go
setting
3
himself
fast
up
base
for a
after
total
that.
Zerg style here, getting a quick 4th base online. A kind of style that Lava used to go for back in the day. It's a very strong way of playing.
He's gonna try to scout
you
there,
have to be
but
a
there's
macro
Zerlings.
powerhouse to make it work.
Wow, really good move here.
Make
by
him
Effort,
wonder,
putting
do you have a
Ling
base there?
on
Do
that
you
high
not?
ground,
Are you staying on 2
at the
bases?
3rd, and
Are you
just assuming that Snow would
Making
come
a
up there
ninja
eventually
base
to try
somewhere
for an
else,
extra
which is
base,
the
and
case.
He indeed did send the probe that direction. We saw
At 2 p.m.
how well and adept Snow was at keeping his early probe alive versus the early Lings, but here he's been shut out of
He's nicking another probe.
kind of getting any information. He's actually sent a 2nd probe out, and that's actually this is funny, but Effort killing that 1st probe might
Wow,
actually
if
set
he
him
can
up
scout
to
the Hydra
get
then?
completely fully scouted, because he doesn't think there's a probe.
He's
on the
going
map
to.
now.
Well, he's got 2 Lings on the ramp, so
Oh my
he
God,
can't fully
dude.
scouted at least. But this probe will be able to identify
Wow,
how many drones
the 2
being
links
made
in
of
the RAM, man. I didn't
natural
see
and
those.
3rd. He's gonna send back those 3 Lings at the front and maybe keep
Now
one
he's
Ling
gonna
for
scout
scouting. He's actually sending
here.
all
He
fullback
sees
because
no
the overall's in
base.
position to
He's gonna
check
scout
on
the other
Zealot
base,
who else
unless
is
this
doing that
fucking
now.
Zerlings, man.
He just now sees the Zealot moving out to the
I mean,
southern
he has to
hemisphere of the
know,
map, so
right?
he knows
He's gonna
about
see it.
Zealot.
He's gonna see it.
He did look at that with his screen. He's going to try and intercept this probe. If he gets it, it'd be huge, but he is going for a 973 style at the moment of the fast Hydra Den. So this Zealot scout could be critical in identifying
This
this.
cell has to give him the information he needs.
973 with the base over at the top right-hand corner seems a little bit crazy. That's
a little bit different.
Putting your 3rd hatchery as far
Can
away
he
from the
sneak
probe
with
as
the
you
Zealot,
almost
man?
can. Like, if you put it up in the main
'Cause-
base over in top right, it would be a little bit farther, I guess. But
Oh my god.
that kind of slows down the Hydra bus. Now the Zealot comes in here. Can he actually get up the ramp? He is going to just
Yes.
slip through. And
He
that
needs to
Zealot is
see, man.
completely buttered up, flies right
Okay,
into the
beautiful.
main base, and he sees
no
the
lair,
Hydra
sees the
popping up
Hydra.
here. He knows
That's all he
exactly
needs
what's
to
coming.
know,
He's
man.
already got 2 cannons done, so he's going to be in a very good position to hold this.
Yeah, he's like the greased up deaf guy from Family Guy right now, just slipping on by, not even attacking it.
Right now, he's aware of everything that
Getting
is
full
going
scallop in
on.
the main base. He saw the Hydra
There's
in the
no
neutral anyway.
surprise factor.
Now, I guess this is going to be a fake from Effort. I imagine he wanted to kind of obfuscate this by making a more, orthodox style hatchery in the top right to
Fascinating.
throw
Tell me
on
more.
Snow and make him think there's no way this is a fake Hydra bus play.
Thank you, Darshay.
But
We'll
it is
look
going
at
to be that. I
those.
don't think he's going to commit to this. He's definitely going to transition, make drones back at home, just apply a little bit of pressure to
This is
Snow.
obviously
This
just
trench
some
here. It's even harder for
light
these
pressure
pressure to
from,
go your way. So
Effort
I
right
imagine
now.
not much is going to come of
Since
this.
he knows Snow knows, so
Yeah,
he's not gonna
be able to hold this off.
overcommit.
We're waiting on rain
Now he needs to
right
drone
now,
up.
which should be coming online
And
here.
Snow is
shortly.
scouting with
Drones
the,
being made. Snow's seeing
Corsair,
that.
he
He's made
sees
the very
They're
base
on the
number
way.
of cannons you need to hold on.
sees how many drones.
Is just 4.
Are
He's
you
also
making
got
more
the
Hydras? Are you making
cannon there
drones?
at the bottom of the forge to protect that from getting killed. So he shouldn't end up losing the forge even. We'll see. He's going to dive on that cannon at the bottom side. He really wants to kill that. If he does, then he can start to kill the forge. But there's only 3 Hydras left. And there's 3 Zealots here soon. This is going to be pushed away. Trading all of that for 1 cannon.
There's another forge
Work out well for
anyways.
effort.
I didn't think he was going to go for it. I genuinely thought he was just going to keep those units there and not try and do anything with
Look
them.
at these
I'm
overlords.
actually kind of blown away that effort
Bro,
has made the move
Snow
like
is
that,
playing
because it's now
fucking
put him into an even more awkward position. He can't even save this
out of
overlord
his
now.
fucking
Like
mind,
this
bro.
is just awkward for effort. I don't like this at all from him. I don't know if he's shaken from how this series has gone or what. Even though I'm a big fan of effort, I'm going to call it how I see it, and I do not like that from effort at all.
This is a painful spot.
Abdul,
On match
Fatima, and
point, no
Mustafa.
less. Effort's going to be fighting from behind. It looks like he's setting up for that turtle Zerg, sending a drone to take the 4th
Yeah, fuck
already.
wizards. I
Something
agree.
you could definitely do when you opt for this style. He's going to be relying on
Like,
a lot
he's
of cannons.
constantly fucking checking him, man. Like,
Excuse me, a lot of sunken colonies.
I think effort can only
and a
fucking
very solid defense here with the trench as
try to
part
play
of
defensive
his
macro,
wall.
like,
Making sure
right now,
that anything
everything
coming
has
up
gone
that
wrong for him.
ramp and through that trench is going to be missing half of its shots. And Dragoons are
Look
some
at
of the
the scout
slowest
from the snow
attacking
all the
units in
time,
the
man.
game.
Like,
They shoot
the
very, very
Corsairs with
slowly.
no mutilisks
So that
or
50%
Scourge
mischance
to
hurts a lot more than even something
prevent
like
them
Hydras.
from
Yeah, no, it's a big
poking
deal.
at
And
all the bases all
he
the
can
time.
maybe lay siege to the Zerg anyway, like picking up these macro
God,
hatcheries
there's
with
no
the
Hydras here,
beautiful
only one.
snow. That's probably what he should align to do. Try and get a fast cybernetics core range upgrade, that singularity charge, and lay siege to the Zerg and just try and snipe off these macro hatcheries. Not actually kill the Zerg, but just snipe off these buildings out in front beyond the range of the Sunkens would be ideal.
Those speedlots
I don't
are
think
ready
these
and they are heading
will
north
accomplish
right
too
now.
much here with this Sim City. Maybe he can still get something done with them. He's got a lot of zealots making their way downtown to that 3rd base location in the top right. The eggs are naturally blocking that though. He's going to have to just dive onto the mineral line. Oh, actually, going to get through right as the egg finishes morphing, and he doesn't start an overlord or something with that lava between the Evo and the lair.
Oh, the 2 lurkers,
An
man.
idea from
he needs to
Snow right
fucking
now
move
to
from
pounce this,
there,
but the
man.
lurkers are finished. He's going to stabilize this location. I don't think this is going to be too successful of an attack. And he lurker
That
egg blocks the
lurker
ramp
timing,
from
man.
them. That's
Holy
genius.
shit.
Now the zealots can't get up into that top right pocket to deny this newly established hatchery.
Yeah, that was a really good heads-up play from Effort. It looked a little scary there when the drone finished up at that kind of critical moment, and Zealots were able to slip in on top of the
Nice.
sunken colonies, but this works out well for Effort. He's going to be able to hang in there. He does get supply block, losing an Overlord here at the 3rd. No DT to follow that up, though, so no massive damage going to be received by him here just yet.
Shit.
Lurker trying to come up and
So
maybe
good,
deny
man.
the space. Double expansion for Snow. I love it. He knows exactly what's happening here. And so he's just going to get into this double expand. And I think we're going to see a massive Dragoon army banging at the front door of Effort here soon.
Yeah, I think so. And he saw the Queen's Nest in
gonna
the main
try to
base. He
set up
knows
a
that
fight
this is
again.
going to be a macro
crazy,
turtle
man.
zone
He
style
was
from
immediately.
effort. He's just going to be sitting back and relying on this Sim City to do a lot of the heavy lifting with the Sunkens in the wall like that.
Alright, so
You
Ever is
even
taking
sometimes
to
get spores and a lot of lurkers to defend those positions.
fighters.
But
He needs
making
the
a
dog
high count of
swarm.
Dragoons and going on
ASAP.
the offensive or macroing up behind this.
Otherwise,
you
no,
know,
it's just
not
gonna
even
fucking
get over
murder
there, so they're
him.
not in a position to scout this at all.
Eventually.
And honestly, Snow doing a good job of being a little bit annoying, going around the map, killing some overlords. He's identifying exactly what Effort wants to do. He's seeing when the rounds of drones are being made, when the tech buildings are being built. So he knows exactly how much greed he can get away with. So this fast 4th base will probably not be punished at all.
Yeah, there's not really any way for Effort to get out on the map right now and deal any damage. He's just, again, building up the sunken colony number and getting lurkers in position. But Snow is just going to expand out like crazy, and now he can start to hit this hatchery. If he gets the right angle here, I don't think the Lurker can attack. Looks like he's going to abandon that for now. I mean, if he just kills the hatchery at the natural and then rotates and kills the hatchery at the third, that's going to be so much
Corsairs, man.
lost for effort and a ton of money to remake those hatcheries. That could really slow down effort and give Snow some time for these extra bases to really come online. Another base in the top left. He's getting so greedy right now, and there's really nothing Effort can do about it.
Effort cannot do anything about it.
Kind of like a bit
this
of
is
a
5 days,
right? Like
Toast
it's almost
versus
like the Protoss is
4
playing like Zerg, and the Zerg is
4
playing
days
like
Zerg.
Protoss in how they're strategizing in this game. And the counter to this fast 4-base Turtle Zerg is just going to be a quick 5th base from Snow. But he hasn't been able to snipe those macro hatcheries. A lot of Defiler Mounds now coming down. Wants to very quickly get into Plague right away, getting Consume and the Plague upgrade at the same time, it looks like, just to kind of get a bit of a power spike as quickly as possible and not make those upgrades one at a time. Wants to come out onto the map in an explosive way, but will it be too late? Snow being super greedy in this game, but a well-calibrated style of greed that probably will go unpunished, at least for the time being.
I bet Larva is leaning forward in his chair right now. Super curious how this one's gonna pan out, because this is really the style that he leaned into the most when he got his ASL title, and I'm sure that he looked at this map when it first came out and said, you know what, this is probably pretty good. My style is probably pretty good for this map. However, Snow is showing how it can be punished by just getting super big, and I mean, he's going to start going to Reavers immediately. I guarantee you that. We're going to be seeing Reavers shuttle speed really fast, and also, of course, Reaver attack as well, which will become extremely hard to fight as the game goes into the late stages.
I hope he does. He's so good at
Snow is just engorged right now. It's crazy. He's even going to throw down some production facilities in that top left, I believe, in the way of a couple of gateways to make it even harder to kill that base later on by being able to make some High Templars up there. Yeah, we're getting a shot of that on screen now. It's going to be super tough to break that base, even when Effort is finally able to come out and explode all over the map. Yeah, he's gonna have that Plague.
Those are cracklings, but still, that's a lot of setups, bro.
With lots of cracklings as well to try and trade cost efficiently against Snow. One of the bad things about Effort Sim City is he's gonna have to kill one of his own Sunkens to get good unit flow, because the lava is popping out on the left-hand side of that hatchery up there in the natural top right, the hive top right rather. So he'll be blocking his own units every time he macros, so he kind of has to kill. Yeah, he killed one of his own Sunkens. That makes sense.
As long as he keeps alive his observers,
there's the first flag. Pretty good flag on a lot of these Dragoons. He's played a great game of just making it look like he's probably going to attack, but then expanding like crazy behind it. So he's forced Effort to build a lot of sunken colonies here, really commit to the defense,
still
at the
fucking
same
harassing.
time grabbing a bunch of bases around the map, and we are going to have those Reavers out here soon. We may even see some Storm Drops as well. Effort is starting to explode outwards, and he's going to have a lot of these upgrades coming online here shortly, especially that Crackling upgrade is going to be really, really important. Drop possibly going into the top left. Is he going to have a drop here? 2 storms plus 3 cannons around the Nexus should be enough to deal with this, and the roaming army is still getting some good value here for Snow. Not a lot
reaction by Snow
in the way of damage with these small groups of army moving around for Effort.
Bro, Snow macro is insane, man.
Snow to like keep these High Templars alive from being sniped so easily. Like, there's a lot of Protoss players that just would not give an instruction to those High Templars to get away from the Cracklings quickly enough, and he's done that here. He's kept so many of these critical utility units alive against Effort. It's going to make it all the more difficult for Effort to get out onto the map and pressure these bases. There's a decent Plague there, but that's not really a lot for Effort. Yes, he's actually exploding in supply though. You can see Effort racing ahead to being maxed out right now, but it's so tricky to utilize a maxed out Zerg army. There's so many control worth of units. You have to box select the majority of it, and it's not easy to execute and get your army to do what it wants to do. And it's far easier for the Protoss Death Ball to be effective with fewer commands.
That's a drop.
Absolutely, Reaver here in the top left-hand corner. Looks like the observer selected the Reaver and showed whether there was attack or not. Did you see that, Shin? Was there attack upgrade or not? I think it couldn't really be online at this point. A little bit of a counterattack hitting over at this center left as the drop comes in here. It looks like that's not going to be too effective though. Snow just defending perfectly pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like Effort can win this
This is the first real macro game, late game macro
to
game
actually
between
bring
these
his
two.
forces to bear, as I was just saying. So on paper, even though this looks okay for Effort, I actually favor Snow heavily. He's got a split map situation. He's starting to make Reavers as well. It's really tough to crack Protoss once they get half the map and can start making Reavers and Templars all of their bases. Effort just needs a few good plagues to start trading out in the open of the map and then take the fight to Snow. But even if he is successful in dicing up this army with the plague and cracklings, it's going to be really tough to chew through these Reavers and the High Templars at these expansions with the cannons and the Reaver support. It's going to be a massive hurdle for Effort. But that's a beautiful plague to start things off. He has to trade so cost efficiently to make this game work. But it looks like there's a lot of pressure from Snow. He might even crack this mineral-only expansion at this rate.
Yeah, we
careful,
can see
a lot
a
of shit
plague
is
on
coming
the
from the
Reavers
north
here.
side.
He went for the plague on the regular army, but getting the plague on the Reavers is really key to breaking a Protoss army like this. Looks like he's going to get some snipes on a few of these observers, and a big counterattack is making its way across the map. That's a lot of cannons here. So I don't see a Defiler with this fight. Lurkers running up and diving on cannons is just not a good trade ever. This is going to go really bad. Defiler arrives, but it's super late. Effort takes a really bad trade here. He lost that extra base, and he's not going to make any headway at this mineral only.
I mean, he was a little bit too much jumping the gun with this army. Might have been better for him to set up and wait for the Defilers to catch up. Both sides have to contend with that High Templars trail behind.
Yeah, the Defilers were not there.
Not the Reavers, you can just grab
Had
them
to
in
wait
a
for
shovel,
those first.
dump them out in the front line. So a bit of an advantage.
He gave up
for
a big
Protoss in
chunk
that
of army
respect.
for
Easy
free,
to
man.
set up a strong
Now
front line.
he's going to clear the
And
rest of the
counterattacks like
ships.
this from Zerg can just get gobbled up if you're not paying enough attention. And this is really hyper efficient from Snow right now. Effort kind of petering out a little bit. Now at only 150 supply, not near the max point that he was a moment ago. He is starting to expand in the northern hemisphere. He's got that mineral only still. Now taking 12 o'clock as well. Looking to attack and defend simultaneously, but trying to hit this mineral only of Snows.
What a fucking god,
This is a bit of a win here for Snow, but Effort needs more bases. He needs to get these bases online now. There's going to be a huge bank for Snow here soon.
Oh, that's a big fucking plague.
Flag there.
On the shuttle and
the plague on top of the Reavers. That's the most important part of defending against an army like this. Base at the 12 o'clock looks like it's going to be denied. Effort needs another gas. I mean, he takes the base over like the mineral only, so he's going to get both mineral onlys, but he
all the
needs
trades
a
are
gas
usually
so badly.
in no favor.
And he's going to look for possibly bottom center while he pushes over to this mineral only. But again, great defense here from Snow. Couple more High Templars, couple more Storms here, plus the Archon. Should be able to hold on against this with rallies coming out as well.
Wow, this is really well played from both players, but it seems like Snow is just in a little bit more of a commanding position. Effort so close to breaking through this defensive line, but the reinforcements for Snow will show up in time to save the day. And this mining base is undeterred. Effort taking that base at the 3 o'clock to critically get another gas online as soon as possible. He's going to be depleted in 2 of those gas geysers now. He's not mining much gas at all, so he needs to compensate. Nice snipe on this Reaver.
He gets the Reavers.
The mineral only top left pocket. But this is not good enough for Effort to stabilize this position. He's still fighting
Look at the fucking
from
supply.
behind at the moment. And if Snow can keep up these trades, and
I don't
then
see how
there's
Effort
not
wins
much
this
hope
game,
for
man.
Effort to come back in fighting strong. And all the lurkers are clumped up right now. They're going to be easier to storm and gobble up by his death pool of an army right now. And he's even killed the mineral only already. Snow is playing out of his mind here today, Sam.
Bro, he's playing perfect,
this is,
man.
This
As
is all
humanly
getting this kill over here in the mineral only, but again, the
possible.
problem still stands. Effort not able to get another base online. Oh, diving on these cannons right now is huge. There's no High Templars here. Lings can rip this apart so
That's fine.
quickly.
He's gonna get
Just
the
a
cannons.
small
small mistake, it seems, from Snow has allowed him to get a bit of momentum
He has
back.
fucking
Get a bit
5K
of
in the
momentum
bank,
back.
bro. He will
Reavers.
remake those
Reavers
cannons,
definitely
no
going to be
problem.
the key to shutting this down right now. Can he get a kill on one of those before they all die? No, not quite. Snow can remake these cannons here and continue to put on pressure with the Deathball army. Center right has been taken for effort, but that's still on his side of the map, and that's only going to even out the bases.
Oh, this is actually
Yeah,
gonna
I mean,
hurt
this
a
is going
little
to be
bit.
crazy because there is a way of effort winning this by just outmaneuvering Snow. He's going to try and
he's
pressure his
nice.
base,
Both
kills
are
both the
high
High
Templars,
Templars,
there's
and
the
has
Dark
some Dark
Swarm.
Swarm support as well to thin out the attack damage of that Archon, reducing it to splash only. And he might be able to take this base now after clearing out those cannons.
If he has to sack that base, that's fine.
Snow
No?
looking to take down three.
He's like, alright, take that base.
And
Let's
the
go.
only for effort as well in the bottom.
Does he
being
have an
taken
observer,
out. This
though?
is a crazy turning
Well, he has
point
Storm,
in this
so-
game. If Snow's able to knock out both of these bases and play whack-a-mole with effort, effort's going to be in a world of trouble. But equally, if effort can somehow keep killing the army of Snow and then counter-attacking these mining expansions, there is a way for effort to win this game still.
Looks like he might be able to get this Nexus. It's taking a lot of damage here from these lanes, but it seems like possibly Snow can... Okay, another round of units making its way forward. Looks like that Nexus goes down. I doubt that Effort will be able to get up this ramp, though. There's a lot of cannons here. 2 Reavers already in position. Reaver Scarab's bugging out a bit. He does get this... He gets the shuttle. I mean, one thing you gotta say for Effort is he's amazing at keeping these Scourge active. He's been sniping
he's
non-stop the entire
nasty
game.
Scourge player,
Every time
man.
he
He always
sees an
snipes the
engagement
shuttles
happen,
for observers.
Effort has Scourge there, and he's ready to snipe those observers. It's been holding back Snow and keeping Effort in this game. But Snow is pulling further and further ahead as time goes on. Just needs to keep this base at 12 o'clock alive. Effort, that is his golden goose right now. He's got to keep that alive.
I mean, it's crazy because he has got, yeah, like you say, this base up here is critical. He needs that gas online critically. Snow, if he can't get any more additional bases and Effort can start to secure more of these bases, he's going to take the 3 o'clock now yet again. Like I say, there's a chance that Effort can outmaneuver Snow in this game. The Zerg army is well, that's a monstrous plague. He just needs to start trading cost efficiently against Snow. He's shutting down Snow from getting another base set up at the 6 o'clock position. Another beautiful plague out from his
long as
It's really tough
there's
to trade cost
AoE damage
efficiently
for
with the
Snow.
Protoss in this situation, but he's doing a pretty good job of it, honestly. This isn't too bad at all. He's going to technically lose this fight, but he has done a lot of damage to the standing army of Snow. The problem is he needs to keep his macro cycling on all cylinders, and
Look at
he
the bank
hasn't
for Snow,
really
man.
got
Like,
the income to do that. He's almost
He
starting
is
to
fine.
mine out
He
too
just
much of
needs
these
to
bases.
stabilize a little bit,
Clock
but-
coming back online as well as securing this 12, so there is a hope here for Effort, but he's going to have to play amazingly well.
Well, those were some absolutely
There's
monstrous
no way
flags
Snow
there.
loses this game, man.
Getting all of
I mean,
these
who knows,
zealots
but
into
I don't
red
think so.
HP. So many of them are going to die incredibly quickly in this next upcoming fight. Hydra's fighting here from low ground. Storm's going to be going down on a lot of this stuff. Another big plague goes down as well. Dark Swarm here over on that right-hand side. Is there actually a lurker? Yes, there is. Observer? Yes, as well. Observer here for... Snow means he could possibly push through and actually take out this gas critically, shut down this base. More Hydras coming forward here. Lurker going to run away. He's going to go after the drones, gets a big shot there. Base comes up over at the center right, but this
So
one
it's
top center
intercepting
didn't shut down.
reinforcements.
Wow, they're just going on a counter-attack.
And more
Allowing
Storm,
the
holy
to
shit,
die.
man.
He wants to take out that Nexus.
These guys are
Just to
insane, bro.
reestablish. Beautiful Storms on the Hacker Hydras to the
Oh my
southern
God.
threshold of that engagement, though. Snow is coming ahead of these trades, creating a larger deficit for Effort to have to overcome. He did transfer the majority of those drones at 12 to the 3 o'clock, but he's still fighting from behind right now against Snow. He has to keep taking mining bases and locking Snow on this side of the map on the left.
They're both
Snow gets just
fully
one more
upgraded.
mining
3-3,
base online.
3-3,
It's gonna be all over for Effort. There's still a tiny glimmer of hope for our Zerg, but it's starting to fade.
Yeah, this push over here is going to be combined with the push through the middle of the map at the same time. There's a bunch of units moving through there.
Archon, Reaver,
A lot of
Storm,
great
Setup
storms come
Dragoon.
down on this army, and that's a great storm as well, hitting
Nice
a
play.
bunch of lurkers here on the high ground. He goes after the Reavers, but it gets picked up. Hot pick up there, keeps that last Reaver alive for now. It's very low with the plague and all the damage that's been done. He picks up the shuttle. Does he actually get out of there?
he got
No,
it.
not able to get the shuttle out of that position, but the Zealot rally is actually going to overcome this spot. Hydra's in retreat. Zealot's getting on top of everything, and the Archons are going to be able to clutch this out, it seems. This base is going to go down, and Effort has lost everything trying to defend.
And he lost so many of the drones as well.
4-1 Snow versus Effort.
He's taking the mineral only
The
on his side of
predictions
the map
were
down
the
on
opposite
south,
side, man. Effort
losing
winning,
the drones
but I
is so
told you, man.
painful. Not only minerals as a
This
resource,
is
but also your
Effort
lava. You
tournament.
cannot afford
Has
to
to be,
keep
man.
going back and forth between making drones and lava when you're having to fire on all cylinders just to keep up with the Protoss right now. So he's not going to be able to replenish those drones. Just going to be cycling out more and more Zerglings to go on the counter-offensive, try and limit the expansion options from Snow. So he has to knock out this natural in the top left, and he has to stop Snow from taking any more additional bases.
That Reaver
Diving on top of these cannons over at top left, but look at this micro from Snow, just pulling back, letting all the Hydras and Lings filter in through the cannons and targeting down
Doing a
the most
fucking
important
DT
units
harass, man.
as they try to
Why
run
not?
forward. He's getting better and better trades here, now over 100 supply ahead. This game is a foregone conclusion now. We're just waiting for the tap out here, and there it is, GG! Snow advances to the round of 4.
Seriously sick from Snow. Effort looks so dangerous. In game number 1, he completely outplayed Snow, but ever since then, Snow was in the driver's seat. Even that game on Litmus where it looked like Effort clawed his way back from the dead and had him contained. He still managed to find a great counterattack timing. Effort's going to have to go back to the lab. I just want to say that Effort has only just recently come back to the scene,
That's
so it's
fucking
kind
cool,
of
man.
insane he's been able to get to this stage of the tournament anyway. I'm sure that we'll be seeing many great things
the baby
from
girl is
Effort
waiting
in the
for him.
future seasons of
He's
the
gonna
ASL.
sleep well tonight.
Don't sleep on that guy. He's probably going to establish dominance and find another star in his chest before long. But for the time being, the man of the hour is Snow. He's the guy eyeing up that coveted prize. He's going to be facing off against Barracks in the semi-finals. He's completely tipped Barracks upside down and shaken him like a bully to get his lunch money before he's likely
Barracks
to do it
has to be
again
worried, man.
and
I mean,
secure
he's
a
playing great,
final
but
spot for himself
Snow is a
to
different
finally
beast
get
than fucking
not only
Mini,
a
man.
Protoss championship, but a championship for himself at long last.
We were wondering if it was Effort clearing the way for Snow to get his championship. That may be the case now. Effort not able to stand in his way. Snow advances here 4-1, but it was still a very hotly contested series. I'm still shocked that it didn't go all the way to game 4, though. Effort was playing very, very well, and he almost won this game as well. The way that he was playing here, really holding on against Snow and getting some of these counterattacks in. There was just a few moments where he wasn't able to kill the Reavers, wasn't able to get Plague on the Reavers, that Snow was able to just keep juggling and getting more damage. I mean, his Reaver control is something special, man. And I think that Effort going for this strategy where he just turtles up on 4 bases, it actually allows Snow to really lean into his strength.
Right, and you allowed the Protoss
Well,
to
he had
skip
no
over
choice.
the mid to late game transition.
Because
and
all
go
the
into
early
the
game
super
went
late
in
game.
Snow
The
favor,
reality
so he had
is
to
that,
turtle.
yes, the late game usually favors Zerg, but the super late
I don't know
game
where
starts to
was
even
the
out in a
moment
big
where
way.
he
Once you
thinks
split the map
Effort
up, you get
almost
lots of
won
Reavers
this
out.
game, dude. Like,
And
why?
Snow
When?
showed why that was such a potent
Snow was
position
in
the game
control
to
from start
establish.
to end, man.
Not really much ability for Effort to come back in that game once he got there. He shot up into 5 bases versus Effort's 4 base Turtle Zerg and just never allowed Effort any oxygen in that game, despite the great plagues and the ideas of counterattacks. Wasn't able to clutch out a victory at long last, and Snow looks so good, man. Like, one of the biggest weaknesses was his Protoss versus Zerg, and he seems to have plugged a lot of the gaps in his play in recent times, and is looking like an all-around beast now.
I gotta go back to what I said before, Shun. Like, all that experience playing against a tricky Zerg player like Solkey, dropping down to whatever 30% win rate versus Zerg, all of it was worth it. It was just experience for this guy, and now he is an absolute titan in the scene. He is so hard to trick. He is so hard to fool. He's very good at figuring out what the Zerg is up to and countering it excellently. I mean, that game on Litmus, let's go back to that one, Shun. I mean, that was a super tricky play from Effort, and I was really impressed how he was able to transition even out of that kind of wacky lurker attack, plus, you know, Ling speed over the wall, plus lurker over the wall, like, and then change that into a macro game behind it. That's super impressive. But I think it's just incredible that Snow was able to pick up on it and figure it out and undo that build, kind of pull it apart and make it look so weak. Like, he wasn't really able to do anything with those early attacks at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big mistake there from Effort was really tunnel visioning in on dropping the main base with lots of Hydras in that game on Litmus. I feel like if he had solidified his contain more and slowed Snow down and not allow him to go for a big counterattack knockout punch the way he did, that could have looked like a lot different game and a more successful transition. Basically, Snow that won that game based on tempo alone would have been better off if he, you know, did like more mid-range drop harass.
What a series, man! What a fucking series! Like, every series this tournament has been crazy.
For example, I feel like a bit of a gambit that went awry for Effort. It has been known that Zerg has the weakest drop tech out of all the three races, especially when it comes to Doom drops like that. Definitely didn't get the value that it needed and set Snow up to get that win condition with a quick tempo counterattack. And unfortunately, like I said, if whoever wins that game on Litmus has probably taken the whole series, and Snow clutches it out in style.
Yeah, those are really fun, the last game, guys, but unfortunately that is all for today. Knockout was a blast. I'm so glad that we saw at least one of these Zergs attempt that sort of turtle Zerg style by taking the third base up at the natural. And the moment that I saw that map come out, I was like, okay, Larva's going to have a field day, or like some Zergs are going to have a field day building into 4 base and just going straight to Hive. Like we saw in the past with maps where you had the high ground natural and the ramp right in front of your natural. Remember, I can't even remember the name of those older maps, but there was a few of those maps in the season where Larva won, and he was able to really take advantage of that. I was looking at the kind of ditch in front of the natural in Knockout and thinking, this is an epic opportunity to bring that style back.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Effort got a bit unlucky in this series. He picked the wrong time to start being aggressive. I feel like if he had set the tempo in like game 2 and 3 with an earlier pull, just to make Snow scared about going for a Nexus first, the series could have looked a whole lot different. I feel like being reactive and allowing a few Nexus first to go under the radar and then pull out the aggressive pulls was the mistake. Because the further Snow gets ahead in the series, the less likely he is to 12 Nexus for a start. And we talked about it before. If you go for a fast pull and your opponent switches into a more orthodox style of play, you're in trouble. And that's exactly what happened here today.
It's a great poker play from Snow, realizing that he could get away with that, or just